Alright, I guess it's time to start the bingo. You guys ready for the brand new intro? Which is basically the same damn song, except I fucking re-recorded it. Plus, I think it looks better. Here we go. With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as Chatsman 9 doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports us also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most victims across the board we charge the war because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machininos. Norton burping, leaning, ban it matters not if Andrew fan his chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bag, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Clawless cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. 3 streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, oh balls, I forgot to set up the thing. Give me a second, I knew I was going to forget something. Damn it, every fucking time. I also need to forget one wee thing. And refresh that, there we go. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Thursday, the 26th of September 2024. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed. Yeah, I hope you're all enjoying your week so far. Yeah, and that was the brand new intro. Big ups to Pixar Animations for managing to send my way a dancing Jasper for me to pop into that intro as well, you know what I mean? To me, Jasper is a big selling point of that intro, you know what I mean? As I made the thing, so I had the intro done, you know what I mean? It's like I went and done the words, and I done the bingo card on the right hand side, and I had it all put together. I thought, this is missing something. There's room down there in the bottom left for something to go there, but what can go there? And I kind of thought, Jasper. Agent 2KJ himself, you know what I mean? The smoothest pussy in the West. So yeah, it's we had Jasper doing his moves, busting the moves, the finest dancer the world's ever seen. And yeah, big ups Pixar once again for sending that along to me. And so I'm gonna have him in a wee intro, but yeah, there we go. But so yeah, that's a new intro. But the new bingo intro is done, and hopefully you know, people like it, and all that jazz, you know what I mean? Hopefully it's an improvement on the old intro. But yeah, Phil is actually live right now. Like, he's testing everything for the interview. He is interviewing Tolomayo, by the way. And a lot of detractors have the same question. Who is Tolomayo? Tolomayo is somebody who Phil accidentally came across back in his Twitch days. When Phil was playing Dark Souls on Twitch, right? Twitch had a function where it would auto-host people once you finish streaming. And so when Phil finished a Dark Souls stream one time, it auto-hosted for him other people sometimes, randomly, once he was done. And one of these people he was auto-hosting was somebody called Tolomayo, who was, back then, dedicated to streaming FromSoft games. He was very big into the FromSoft games, like Dark Souls, and so on. So yeah, because of that, Phil felt compelled to investigate who this random person was that he was re-hosting, you know? And it came, so by sheer dumb luck and sheer chance, he discovered that, oh, this guy's alright, this guy's kind of cool. And they had some discussion back and forth. It was somewhat of a cordial relationship, you know. And at one point in time, it looked like, so Tolomayo's other big thing that he likes is Monster Hunter. He's really big into Monster Hunter stuff. And yeah, and at one point, Tolomayo, Cryotic, and so those two wanted Phil to join in for a Monster Hunter stream, a collaboration. And Phil gave us a certain amount of excuses as to why it couldn't happen. And it's one of those things where it's like, I was saying it's a hardcore gaming season, there was too many games for him to play. Monster Hunter was a meh game for Phil, I didn't really like it too much. Also, his audience apparently hated the game, you know, and Phil was good at the game, and he didn't want to drag down other people who are good at the game by being like the third wheel and that shit. So he had all these excuses that he gave towards everyone, his audience, and Tolomayo and Cryotic as well. And yeah, he had all these excuses and reasons why he did not do this collaboration back in the day in 2018, like the end of 2017, start of 2018. And he had a chance to, and he just chose not to because he thought his audience wouldn't have really liked it, essentially. Plus, it was the hardcore gaming season. So, fast forward to last night when Phil is announcing that Tolomayo is joining him for the stream today, to be his guest on interview. And so, because I was around at the time, I've been around detracting Phil's antics for like the last decade almost, you know what I mean? So I was aware of who Tolomayo was. They weren't a friend or anything to Phil, they were just, it was like an acquaintance, you know what I mean? A fellow streamer on Twitch. And also they went back and forth, sometimes they would sub to one another essentially, you know, like very occasionally, you know what I mean? I think Phil liked to use his free Prime sub and use it towards Tolomayo sometimes, you know? And Tolomayo occasionally as well did sometimes go in Phil streams, sometimes follow him, sometimes sub him, sometimes even gift a member or two. Just because it's one of those kind of nice things. You know, we're going to rehost one another sometimes, you know what I mean? I'll rehost him, he'll rehost me or whatever. It's a very cordial thing. And yeah, Sonny, I know Phil's live. I've got him in pause because he started talking during the setup here. So I've got him in pause there. But cheers to let him know he's live. I've got him in pause, building some speed up just as we go. Let's just make sure it's on 1080p and make sure it's at 1.5. So yeah, Phil announced last night that I'm going to talk to Tolomayo, and I thought that's an interesting choice to go with. Somebody who Phil back in the day had some brief association with. Didn't actually do any projects together. There was a chance to do something, but Phil bailed from it because he decided he was too busy with the hardcore gaming season and whatnot. But Phil has retconned that excuse. Phil has retconned that reason in order to paint himself as the eternal victim of all his haters and trolls and detractors. And when Phil made his video last night announcing that he's going to have a special guest, he basically just said, oh, this didn't happen because of my evil detractors. I couldn't believe that Phil would fucking try and rewrite history when there's so many receipts available to prove to the contrary. And by the way, Phil kind of soured the relationship all by himself back in the day when he tried to make claims that Tolomayo was quite derogatory about the Monster Hunter game, which is a game that he loves. You know, and so Tolomayo did not like Phil Bonnell putting words in his mouth. He was quite pissed off about it actually. And Tolomayo eventually asked Phil, please, I don't want anything to do with you anymore, stop rehosting me. I don't want to be involved with you anymore. So fast forward to last night and Phil makes his announcement video.
Outs for contributions and the like. At that point I was streaming on Twitch TV, okay? And at that time, basically there were some things that were happening, like there was you know, you get like, oh, watch this person and relate it or something like that. And at one point I was actually trying to branch out and I was trying to cross over to other content creators. And there was one particular person who I was very friendly with. I would go to their streams and I would like be in the chat and talk with them when they were streaming gameplay. And then sometimes they would be very nice and come by and talk during my streams. And we were very friendly. And actually this person helped me over 2017 with various projects. For example, when I was playing Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, this person coached me to figure out how to do a dual wielding build, which I never knew how to do. I didn't even know you could dual wield in Dark Souls 2. So basically we were very friendly for a good, almost a year, I would say. And then what ended up happening was we decided that we wanted to do some content together. Like we were talking that we were going to do a collab, and one of the collabs that we were going to do was actually Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter was a game that I had never really played before, and I was interested in doing. And at that time, I did capture for my Nintendo 3DS XL, and I tried a Monster Hunter game, but I played it solo, and quite frankly, playing those games solo can be quite boring. So we were actually planning on doing a Monster Hunter collab, and actually we had plans to do another collab with other content creators, and all this stuff was in the works. Okay, now
before and then Phil's gonna fucking say he couldn't fucking date because of us mentally ill detractors, not shit. Fuck you, Phil. I made a tweet earlier on about this. I made a thread on Twitter earlier on about all this. You know, like saying, explaining how Phil auto-hosted Tolo and was then compelled to check out Tolo's stream. The two of them had a cordial relationship. Monster Hunter 2 beta comes out. Phil didn't like it that much, just thought it was okay, because his audience hated it. Prioritised Dragon Ball game over it, citing his poor skill in the game. Said he opted not to co-op with Tolo and Cryotic. There's a video about that from Phil's own streams back in the fucking day. Like the excuses that Phil had a whole bunch of reasons and excuses as to why he did not do the collaboration with Tolomayo and Cryotic. citing, he wasn't that impressed with the game, and his audience hated it. So many. The detractors were not a reason whatsoever that was given to his audience at the time, or to Tolomayo or Cryotic. So Phil has just out of nowhere decided, you know what, I'm going to blame the detractors for this.
Now, what ended up happening, sadly, is at this time, this was when my detractors literally went from being, oh, we don't like Phil, let's make fun of him, to literally, let's ruin Phil's life. And so what happened was they found out that, because I talked about it on streams and stuff. I was like, yeah, I went to his stream, he comes on my stream, I'm talking with him and stuff, and we're planning all this out. And systematically, what my detractors started doing was going over to his streams on Twitch and literally harassing him and his viewers.
That is actually not entirely false, to be fair, you know what I mean? Because anyone that was associated with Phil Burnell, they sometimes would be targeted by other detractors. I'm not saying every single detractor fucking done our course, I mean, but there would be some detractors who would fucking basically target other people who had anything to do with Phil in any possible way, and just fucking they'll be fucking interrogated and questioned. Why are you rehosting Phil? Why are you hanging out with Phil? Why, I mean, all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It's and it was, back in the day anyway, back then, it seemed like it was quite a lot more aggressive and toxic, in my opinion, about, just it really was a bit like, what the fuck, calm down, guys. But yeah, back in the fucking day though, those times, some people were, there was a wee bit of, grief given out to other people that had anything to do with Phil Burnell. But that was not the reason, though, that the fucking collaboration didn't happen.
Like he was, they would literally go into his chat and start sitting there and talking shit about me and talking shit about him, saying, why is he gonna work with me and stuff like that. And basically after this, at first it's like, okay, it's not a big deal, but then they were consistently doing it, over and over, to the point where the guy's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to control my streams if these assholes keep coming by and trying to pull this. So sadly, I basically had to cut off all ties with this guy and disassociate with him because of my detractors. And
it was actually Tolomayo that asked Phil to cut ties. There's a clip of Tolomayo telling us to his own audience that Tolomayo asked Phil to stop rehosting whatever, didn't want anything to do with him. They just wanted to stop, essentially. And I personally, so this is what I think. I think detractors are partially to blame for Tolomayo's stance on wanting nothing to do with DSP, but it's not purely because of that. DSP was a big factor, in my opinion, about Tolomayo getting upset with how that relationship panned out, especially because DSP decided to fucking take liberties and put words in Tolomayo's mouth and make claims that Tolomayo had said things that he hadn't actually said. That is the one thing that drove a huge wedge, in my opinion, into that relationship those two had at the fucking time. I just think Tolomayo was kind of fed up with everything through DSP, from DSP himself to the detractors around him who fucking harass him as a byproduct, to even Phil's audience and Phil's fans, who sometimes would also come by and kind of, I don't think, he's a big fan of Phil's audience either, some of them anyway. But yeah, but it was always quite, one of those things, it's always like, it wasn't a friendship, that was for damn sure. It wasn't a fucking friendship or whatever. It was just something that, it just happened, and it was like, okay then. And sometimes it was just, not a lot happened between them. But Phil was the one who screwed things up by putting words into Tolomayo's mouth, making claims that Tolomayo had said things that he had not said.
This is not something that either side wanted to do. We were actually getting friendly, and this was a way for me to branch out and start collabs and stuff as a streamer. And that's why, remember the Keemstar interview I just did a few weeks ago, and he's like, what you need to do is reach out and collab, and I explained to him, I wanted to. That was my original intention. My detractors stopped me from doing it, right? This was one of the first major cases of that, all right? So for those who don't know who I'm describing, I don't think a single person in chat just said his name. His name is Tolomayo.
Jeez, but yeah, you can understand why. So I was compelled to make this thread on Twitter because of this bullshit earlier on. And this is one of the best clips. This clip here is probably one of the better clips about it, when Tolomayo was more pissed off with Phil than he was with detractors, in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure the detractors were still a factor, put it that way. I'm not saying all of them were, but sometimes people would go into Tolomayo streams or whatever and fucking shit talking or whatever as well. Just be like, oh, you're messing with DSP or whatever. Anyway, fuck it. So that was Phil's announcement video from Tolomayo or whatever. Let's just get on the bingo. Let's just not waste too much time, because Phil actually kind of started early-ish, kind of, you know what I mean? He's had a stream live for a while to try and get things tested or whatever. And so, guys, I need a bingo number. A bingo number would be grand, if we had a bingo number, we could play some bingo with today's interview in mind. And it's got to be a normal podcast with a normal bingo card. No special bingo cards because he's got a guest on or whatever. So, yeah. The very first number in chat I saw was from Emeroid. Oh, I guess it's painful for you to sit down. Emeroid. Thank you very much for number. Interesting number, 69. Thank you for the number. We'll type in a number 69 there. And there we go, that is today's bingo card we have for today's show. Thank you very much for that. Hopefully it's a full house card. If it is, you can thank me, and if it fails, you can blame those painful hemorrhoid. So yeah, we need Phil to say and do the following. We need Phil to say, you guys, wrong, goal, hilarious, and him being all defense mode. The second row is Phil mocking his own chat, him saying in fact, business, you see, and now. The third row is Phil saying positive, dude, king, react, and him butchering the word. The fourth row is Phil saying behind the scenes, him touching his ear, him saying variety, him saying it is what it is, and him snorting. The fifth and final row is Phil saying, oh, time, him having dead air, him clearing his throat, and finally, him laughing. That's today's bingo card we have for today's show. This is the final bingo until Sunday, by the way, guys, because Phil is off tomorrow. His day off is a Friday, and Saturday, I don't usually do bingos on Saturdays because I like having Saturdays to myself, and that'll be the case on this coming Saturday as well. But I shall return on Sunday for some more bingo. So I've got 2 days off in a row. Fucking lucky me. So there we go. This is the final bingo until Sunday, so make the most of me, because after today you won't see me again until Sunday. Fucking hooray for you guys, getting some peace and quiet from that angry Scotsman. So yeah, as you guys know, the aim of the game is supposed to try and get a full house, 25 out of 25 on the bingo board. You see before you on the screen. If we manage to do that, we'll add $25 to the bingo prize fund, which is currently sitting at $205. So a victory today will result in that bingo prize fund going up to $230. And also the end of end of bingo today, we're going to have a marble. We're going to do some marble races after bingo today to see if we can add any more money to that bingo prize fund, because every Friday we usually do some marbles to try and add some bingo prize funds by completing these impossible challenge courses. Because there's no bingo tomorrow because Phil's got his day off, we're doing that today instead. Okay? So yeah, it's just a case of if we complete any of these impossible challenge courses or whatever in the marble map thing, the marbles on stream thing, we add $10 to the bingo prize fund as well. So there could be plenty of money to get added today, if we win bingo today and we also fucking win some hard marble courses, then we could be adding quite a good chunk of change to the bingo prize fund. Remember, at the end of the month, we're going to have a marble race to determine who gets to take home half of that bingo prize fund. So if you want to have a chance of winning half of that bingo prize fund, you've got to make sure that you've left a comment on the community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. If you haven't done it yet, do it before the end of the fucking month. I can't stress that point enough. Anyway, there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house bingo card. For example, if Phil burps, begs, or says basically 10 times before he starts recording for his shitey gameplay, that gives us a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the bubble animation made by the supremely talented Pigs Animations to celebrate the 100 likes. So you guys are in direct control of one of the ways we can get a free space. The rest are controlled by Phil and his bizarre body functions, as well as him begging like the bitch and him saying basically all the goddamn time. I think I've covered all the bases, and yeah, I think the last thing for me to do is just to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
Fuck's sake, Jesus! Right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Good luck, everybody. At time bingo.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing to see if you guys can hear me. This is going to be the brief test segment of the show before we get live with the interview streamer Tolomayo. And this should be a good, chill edition of the Level 1 podcast. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be on screen in just a sec, actually. But can you hear me? You can. Okay, good. So everyone in chat saying they can hear. I just started the stream, so we're going to get some build up here before we begin. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to run and use the restroom quickly. Then I'm going to come back and we'll hang out for like 20 minutes or so, just to make sure all the technical difficulties are worked out. We'll make sure the camera's looking all right, all that jazz. And then we will have Tolomayo on as a guest. Gonna be a fun conversation, I feel.
Burger.
Got some good stuff to talk about. Our history and gaming and all kinds of stuff. Nice casual guest who I have no bad blood with. And we can just hang out and talk.
Burger.
So I think it's gonna be a good conversation. All right, so real quick, I'm just gonna run and use the restroom. I'll be right back, then I'll come on camera, and we will begin. I'll be right back.
And then I guess he just fucks off for a while more and then comes back. But they still be here, I wonder? I'm just spamming the right arrow button until he fucking returns. Where is he? This is a long piss break.
20 minutes or so.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Alrighty, everybody, hold on. It swapped over here. I want to see how this looks. Honestly, choppy. I don't know why. All right, let's start recording briefly here. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna hang out for like 20 minutes or so. try to get any technical difficulties worked out before we start, and then we're going to start, okay? All right, hello, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of the Level 1 Podcast. Today is Thursday, the 26th of September, 2024.
Okay, guys, you may have noticed something a little bit different on Phil's screen. He lowered the tip goal. The support goal, sorry, it's not just a tip goal, it's the King's Coffers goal. But he felt compelled to lower it because apparently asking for 200 was a bit too much for people these days. So, like, I think it was during the day stream yesterday he decided to lower it because he didn't feel like he was going to hit it, and he still did not hit it. So yeah, Phil was forced into a tactical change. In fact, I actually think I liked the... Hold on, give me a second here. I believe I liked the video. There was a video about it changing. And here it is. Hold on, here we go. Rest in peace, the $200 goal. Long live the 150 goal. Here it is. So let's listen to this shit.
So guys, I've been having a thought for the last couple of days. And I think what I want to do, once again, since we're moving on to adjusting and doing things in a better way, I think what I want to do for the streams is I want to adjust the goals. Originally, the whole idea for the King's Coffers was that, well, I want to keep making what I was making, but it's obvious that that was overinflated, so I think that we're kind of going to go back to what it used to be.
Wait, it was obvious it was overinflated? Then why the fuck did you set it for that? You greedy wee bitch. It was obvious it was overinflated. But if I can set it to that anyway because he's a greedy little fucking cunt, I thought, oh, if I fucking set it to that, I'm going to fucking get it. He didn't seem to fucking mind it was overinflated when I was fucking hitting it for like 41 streams in a row. Actually, to be fair, it wasn't always 200, was it? No, that's a bit disingenuous, mate, to be fair. That's a bit disingenuous. He's only fucking made it 200 recently, and for a brief time. So there we go, that's a bit bad of me.
Come the fuck in and fuck the fuck off.
Oh my, oh shit, this is gonna fucking go off 10 times, isn't it? Oh, balls. Hold on a second, skip.
Come the fuck in. Come the fuck in and fuck. Come the fuck in and fuck the fuck off.
It's gonna just keep saying this over and over again. Hold on. I'll mute it. I'll mute alerts. But I can skip them so you won't just fucking hear the thing going off and again. So there we go. That's something else. Cheers. Thank you very much to SoQuid F Pune for gifting 10 memberships to the channel, and congratulations to the following people for receiving a membership. Congratulations to Twilight Media Corp, Ben Reviews Things, Diablo Lord of Darkness, Coraz EQ, Miss Kitty, XX Dasos XX, Alxmere 23, Paradox, Joe Badger, Woods, and where's the 10th one? It's telling me you had 10 memberships got it out, but I can only see fucking this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that is 10 names. Joe Badger and Woods. So yeah, that's 10 names. Twilight Media Corp, Ben Reviews Things, Diablo Lord of Darkness, Coraz, EQ, Miss Kitty, Dasos, Alxmere 23, Paradox, Joe Badger and Woods. 10 names, there we go. Cheers. So thank you very much to SoQuid F Pune for gifting those memberships, and if you just received a membership from SoQuid F Pune, make sure you thank them. Make sure you thank them in the channel. Make sure you say thanks a lot and all that jazz, because that's some good stuff. Cheers for that. Little member bomb. I don't know why it doesn't play a notification properly. I have a separate notification that should only play once for a gifted member bomb. But for whatever bloody reason, it doesn't seem to want to play. And it just fucking reverts to it. I'm going to do it individually. Again. It's, I don't know. I'll figure it one time. If only this was my job, I might actually fucking be able to do it all fucking properly. Anyway, but yeah, thank you very much, very kind of you. Ask DSP how to do it. I can't. You know why I can't ask DSP how to do it? Because he's banned on Stream Elements. So that it won't work.
Oh my dog! What's up?
And thank you very much for one of the new members, Twilight Media Corp, for the super chat. It says thanks for the membership. 10 spoons for DSP.
Spoons, eh? I'm sorry?
Excellent stuff indeed, eh? If I can go, yeah. So yeah, as I said, Phil felt compelled to, on the fly, change the requested amount for the King's Coffers. So yeah, he kind of pulled an audible on the fly to change up.
The whole idea for the King's Coffers was that, well, I want to keep making what I was making, but it's obvious that that was overinflated, so I think that we're kind of going to go back to what it used to be. Not the incremental goals, but the overall goals.
The only thing overinflated is Cat's waistline. I couldn't help myself, I'm sorry.
I was thinking we should do the 150 again, because that's what we were going for previously for tips. But instead of it being just tips, we will include everything, but it'll still just be the 150 that we were doing previous. So now everything that you do to contribute counts towards it. It's an easier goal to hit than the previous goal, right? I'm not saying that we're going to hit it. I'm seriously not. Like, I know we're not going to hit it this stream, but I just think that makes more sense. You know, before it was like, well, why'd you make it 200? Well, because I was getting super chats and 150 in tips every day. I don't want to screw myself. Well, guess what? Now we're not making nearly that at all. So why have an overinflated goal? I think we'll adjust it, and it'll probably work better for everybody. All right? That's what we'll do. We'll do the 150 like we were doing, okay? And it'll include everything. Super chats, super stickers, and tips. Sound good? Fair enough?
Sound
All
good.
Right, now we can resume.
And yeah, by the way, him changing that on the fly didn't change the fact that he didn't have to go for the day stream as well. The brand new game, Casting of Frank Stone, only got $113 overall combined with everything else. And but don't worry though, WWE Champions did save the day. That's a bit trippy. Magic art, that's a bit trippy. That's some good editing. So fuck it. And random fucking Twitter distracting me. He gave up himself. Phil changed the goal. He was playing WWE Champions on a night stream though, and of course that he managed to hit the stream goal for WWE Champions. But there's a big but, and I cannot lie about that. He only hit the goal because of the moving the goalposts of the stream goals. He received $139 in tips, and despite him begging his audience for another $100 to do another pool, that never materialised. So yeah, $180 for one stream is naturally very fucking good. But it's a shame that Phil Burnell can't really put it towards the WWE Champion stuff because he's got a massive amount of bills coming up apparently. I don't know what the fuck's going on, it's utterly bizarre. Phil's excuses as to why fucking needs like fucking $12,000 or $22,000 or something, whatever, it's just... There's all sorts of fucking bizarre reasons and excuses for him needing all your fucking money. Make of that what you will. Let's get on with bingo, guys. Let's catch up with Phil and get on with the bingo and see what fucking fresh excuses he's got now to try and fucking fleece all these dollars from his den heads.
I am coming to you live through Discord. Yes, through Discord. I am not actually recording this on my local capture PC. I'm actually broadcasting this over here through my gaming PC through Discord, and I'm capturing that feed on my PC, which is why I am only in 720p and I'm kind of a choppy frame rate. So I looked into this because we've been trying to figure this out, right? We've been talking about this recently. Here, I can actually blow myself up like temporarily. There we go. So we've been trying to figure this out, like what is up with Discord? How does it work exactly? Because I want to be great quality, right? Like I want to be full screen 1080p when I do interviews. And I looked into it and finally figured all this out. Wait till you hear the details of this, okay? So in order to use Discord at like a professional quality, like 1080p 60 frames per second, number one, you have to have your own server. You can't just be like willy-nilly doing video calls. It won't work. You actually have to have your own server set up in Discord. That's number one. Number two, you have to boost that server with what they call like turbo boosts or something kind of boost. I forget exactly what they're called.
Baby, anyone can make their own server, and hell, I've got a fucking two of them. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world to basically make your own server in Discord. You know, got one for members, and I've got another server which was basically my first server I made, which was just testing how that I've got like two fucking Discord servers, and the first one was essential just to try and figure out how Discord servers work. And then I fucking learned a little bit more about how they worked. I was like, great, I'll make a member Discord. And that was the second one I made.
But you need to boost your own server like 3 or 4 times, which costs money. And once you've done that, then it enables other qualities. All right. So for example, you know, it's called nitro boosting. So you have to nitro boost your server a bunch of times. Okay. Once you nitro burst, I can't even say it. Nitro burst, nitro boost. It sounds so silly. It sounds like a kid's thing, but it's like, this is supposed to be like professional for business. It's like nitro boosting. It sounds like blast processing for the Genesis or something. But what happens is after you nitro boost your server several times, I think it's like 3 or 4 times, then you enable new features such as 1080p and 60 frames per second video. Well, I don't have my own serious server. Like, I have a server just for my moderators.
Why don't you fucking nitro boost your fucking moderator Discord? Why not? I still don't understand why Phil Burnell does not have a members-only Discord as well. It would add an incentive to fucking be a member, for God's sake.
But I'm not going to be boosting that server a million times, because I don't want people coming out of the moderator's
interesting number
server to do interviews. You know, then they're just on the moderator server, they can see stuff. But I don't want that. So FYI, I'm in the process of actually setting up like a professional Discord server. So moving forward,
The fucking Dr. Evil finger quotes. Like, I'm in the process of setting up a professional Discord server.
I'm in the process of actually setting up like a professional Discord server. So moving forward, when I do these interviews, it will not be this choppy quality. Like, this is like, I would argue this is sub 30 frames per second, and I don't know why, because it should be 30 frames per second, 720p, yet it looks choppy, does it not? Like, look at it. It's totally choppy. And that's not my capture PC. That's actually what it looks like on my gaming PC right now. So I have no idea why it looks like this. That's just, I guess, default Discord quality. So when I do these interviews and Discord calls, this is essentially what it's going to look like. I would even argue, so yesterday, I was on the Cultaholic show.
I mean, you could fucking do, like, there's several, that being said, right, for example, that being said, don't fucking do this shit for Discord. No. They do, like, Video Ninja. There's a website called Video Ninja, and I really should start embracing it as well. I don't do it for there because it's a wee bit extra fucking setup, but it's not much extra setup. But there's a website called Video Ninja, which bypasses the need to fucking do it through Discord. And you can have it so you can just have it set up so you can have as many guests as you want on there as well. You can have it tied in with OBS as well. If they have their own face cams, you can have that feed go through on your OBS and then set up a new source so you can put their faces in corners, not shit. It works very well for streamers who regularly have guests.
Their show, Desert Island Crafts, I think this actually looked better on their show, and we used Zoom, it's called. Yeah, I think that was actually better. So I'm in the process of having this worked on, where it's going to be a Discord server so I can actually have guests on in high quality, 1080p, 60 frames per second. I'll look good. If their camera is good, it'll have that capability. And I'll work on that. I'll let you know. Because right now, like, this is okay, but if I'm going to be doing interviews on the regular, which I'd like to do, I'd like to have guests on the show, you know, at a minimum, maybe like once a month. That would be neat to have a guest on the show once a month. You know, lined up, I have some people who are interested. As I told you guys, both Wings of Redemption and Boogie are interested on coming on after they go through this camping trip they're about to do on their Logcall Live show. And I also have one or two other guests lined up. I'm just trying to basically schedule it in, but also not have my every week an interview. So it's going to be, you know, I'm trying to figure it all out. But yeah, you know, since those are coming up, obviously I want to have good quality. I am disappointed that it kind of looks like this. It looks kind of choppy, right? So it is what it is. This is what we're doing for now.
Burger.
But anyway, does it look good? Is it okay for you guys? It looks good. It sounds all right. Because what's going to happen is when Tolomayo comes on, I'm going to adjust the video to fit the frame. See, I just blew this up. I stretched it out. I'm going to try to make it so that we're both in frame, but he's not going to have video. It's going to be audio only on his end. He's not a video streamer. When he streams, it's just his voice. So, it'll be me and then kind of like a, you know, his like thumbnail or whatever that'll be on the screen, which is fine. But, you know, just so you know, the reason I like doing it this way, number one, basically the call's going through here on my gaming PC, but the capturing and streaming is happening over here on my streaming PC. It's not like overloading. When I was trying to do stuff with the Kino Casino guys, it was overloading, and basically we were having all these problems where it was chopping up and freezing up. It shouldn't do that now because now it's two separate systems. It's the same thing that I do when I play games now. My gaming PC runs the game, my capture PC captures and streams. It's not doing it all on one, you know, thing. So because of that, it makes it, you know, smoother. So hopefully this will work out. Long term, this will be even better, I think. Let me test something. Okay, good. I disabled the gesture controls on my camera. Yesterday, I was on the show, the Cultaholic show. I didn't disable the gesture controls because I just installed the camera on the gaming PC, but I hadn't tested it. And I'm on the show talking to the guy, and, you know, I talk with my hands. And as I'm doing this, the camera is enabling and starting to move around. I was like, oh shit, now I'm in the middle of this interview. This is happening.
Burger.
How am I going to fix this? And I really couldn't. I just basically stopped, like moving my hands around. So it wouldn't be like a disaster. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to have an interview here with Tolomayo in a second. It's going to last probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It really depends on how the conversation goes, you know, what kind of topics we get into. This is a very casual interview. Oh, by the way, hold on one second. I got to close my curtains a little bit because the sun is hitting my PC. That's not good.
Jesus fucking Christ. This counts as dead air.
Burger.
That is dead air, definitely. Absolutely dead air. Wow, look how much darker it is in the room. Those blackout curtains are really special, aren't they? Oh yeah, he butchered a word earlier on. I didn't realize it was on the card.
Burger.
Yeah, he butchered a
Five
word.
in a row.
This is my new setup. I have new curtains in my office. I'm trying to get everything like working, and so basically, so it's going to be a work in progress for a while. You know, now I have all these different things going on, and everything looks different. Everything's different. I know people are saying the frame looks too dark. That's because we have sunlight coming in the window right now. I have sunlight coming in, so what I can do is probably adjust the frame to be brighter. See that? There we go. Because now it needs to be brighter to be able to be seen on the camera. Because I have the sun coming into the office to give me some, you know, fresh air. There we go. And if I need to adjust it again, I will. I might actually have to get up.
I have the sun coming into the office to give me some fresh air. You know, just fucking open your window but close the curtains so you still have fresh air coming in. Like, the fresh air doesn't come from the direct exposure to sunlight, Bill. That's not how fresh air works.
and adjust my curtain, because if that sun hits my PC, that's not what I want. You can't sunlight direct on a PC, but I need to have the curtains open to have some air in here. If I don't, it's going to be like a hot box. I'm going to be sweating bullets, and that's not comfortable. Oh, I know, because I did that 2 days earlier this week, Monday and Tuesday, and that was not good. That was very, very bad, okay? So, all right, so how's this going to go down? Well, here's what's going to happen. Number one, as you know, when I have guests on the Level 1 podcast, I do not have any kind of contribution shout-outs. I don't have any pop-ups on the screen. All that stuff is disabled. In fact, I'm double-checking right now. We do have a leaderboard right now, but that's just in case you guys contribute in the next 10 minutes.
Give me your money. Give me your money.
Oh my god, it's fucking, in case there's a special emergency, rush your fucking funds coming through in the next 10 minutes. Give me all your fucking money. We're behind Phil right now by 20 minutes, so I assume Tolomayo's on by now. He made the screen black and he's talking, so I believe the interview is underway. The interview appears to be underway as of right now. Let's catch up with him, shall we? I'm kind of eager to see what happens.
Like, literally, if you contribute in the next 10 minutes, I'll shout you out, I'll get you on the leaderboard. But outside of that, I've got no shout-outs, nothing like that, because once I have a guest on my show, they get my undivided attention. They're giving us their attention to come on the show and to talk with us, so we have to give them the respect that they deserve for giving us their time, right? So that's what we're doing here. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to be talking with you guys during this interview. It's just going to be me talking with Tolo and going back and forth and shooting the shit and talking about various topics and the like, and it should be good, I think. I think it's going to be a good interview. Something very different from what I've done up to now. You know, both the Keemstar and the Craig interviews were very kind of confrontational because I had kind of beef, bad blood with them. And then the interview with June the King wasn't confrontational, but I mean, he had just come off of doing a 4-hour documentary about me that exposed all the bad things about me. You know, it was kind of an interesting situation. In this situation, I have absolutely no bad blood whatsoever with Tolo. You know, we were cool years ago, and then basically we had to cut off our, I don't even know what you call it, it wasn't really a full friendship or whatever, but, you know, us kind of being, like, cool with each other, we had to cut that off. We're going to talk about that today, like, what happened there, why all of a sudden we just stopped, you know, going on each other's streams and communicating and stuff like that. So, this should be fun. And we're probably going to talk not just about us, you know, our relationship from years ago, but I want to talk to him about gaming in general, what his philosophy is as a streamer, how he chooses the games that he plays, and because he plays a ton of indie games and stuff. And I'm always fascinated, like, how does he find out about these games, and how does he choose which ones he wants to play? How does he find that ones are more successful? Does he play a game only once sometimes and drop it, or does he, like, always go back, you know? I'm curious. This is something that I want to branch out and start to do more of, because I have a gaming PC now that can play all this stuff. I never had that before, so I'm now becoming, like, the realm of the PC gamer, and I could probably get some good advice from this guy. To be honest, he actually gave me a lot of advice, and or just by watching him stream, I learned a lot about being an interactive streamer 7 years ago. So we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. I think that'll be a neat conversation. So anyway, this is going to be a fun interview. Like I said, about an hour and a half tops, because I told him that'll be the longest we would go. But, you know, at least an hour, and we'll see how it goes. You know, read the room, how the conversation's going. There will not be shout-outs or interaction with you guys during that time, but once the interview's over, then we'll probably do a brief decompression, maybe like 20, 30 minutes, just to talk about how it went and what you guys thought. And shout-outs, because here's the deal. This is my business today, you know, even though it's an interview, it's still my regular stream as if I was doing a regular podcast or whatever. So please support it if you like it. If you like this content, you like the fact that I'm branching out, I'm doing different things. It's not just me sitting here talking to you every day. We're having guests on now. Please support the content. I promise you, I will shout out all of the contributions that come in after the interview is over. And then we'll get the leaderboards updated and all of that. If you didn't notice, we changed yet again the goals. The goals are going to work. I am counting super chats, super stickers, and tips towards this goal per stream, but I reduced it to 150. We're not going to do the 200. People were basically like, yeah, it's a little bit too much to ask. And I was like, you know, I'm okay right now. I'm in a good position where I have some flexibility because I had a really good month. I'm not desperate to have all tips every stream. It's not a big deal. We can break out this kind of goal between super chats and tips. That's fine. Let's just do that. So there you go. So if you contribute today, I will shout you out. I have a tip. I will shout that out in a second. I'll update the leaderboard, but it's all going to come after Tolo is on. In fact, as soon as we do shout outs here, I'm just going to do this. And then we're just going to do the show like this. And then after Tolo's gone, then we'll do our little decompression. I'll do shout outs for those who contributed and do that. Okay. And go from there. You guys are all late. People are coming late and asking, why does the camera look like this? I literally just explained. This is through Discord. This is not me doing direct to my capture PC. This is going through Discord now, and that's why it looks like this, but I'm working on getting a server set up where I can boost this server and do 1080p 60 frames per second. I can't do that right now with Discord. We have to actually have a whole private server created and set up to do it. Okay? Cool. So anyway, so after the Tolo interview, after the decompression, then we're going to play Metaphor all day long. Metaphor, is it Refantasio, I think, actually has a...
I want to remind everyone, Phil abandoned his original plan for Friday because his demo came out, and so it's a 5-hour demo, and Phil's like, that's perfect, I'll play it all day. And in case you guys were curious what Phil's plan was originally for today, we can look at the schedule. So not that one, because that's a recent schedule, that's the updated schedule. But he'll have community posts from before here. There we go. So he was planning on doing more Astrobot for the day stream, and then more Street Fighter 6 playing with Teddy again probably. But because those two streams both failed in terms of monetary support for him, then he's decided to fucking just say, no, we're not going to play those games after all. We're going to try something brand new. We're going to try a fucking demo of this fucking game that's came out or whatever. So, yeah. That's what's. That's why Phil has changed his. In case you're wondering why Phil changed his plans, whatever, that's why. Money.
A awesome demo that came out. 5 hours. It's a 5-hour long gameplay demo. How crazy is that? That's like wild that they made a demo that long. And it's basically the first 5 hours of the game, and once you're through it, it saves your progress, and that carries over into the main game when you play it. So this is the perfect opportunity for us to try out the game, to see if it's any good, right? And if we like it, to decide if I'm going to play it in October or not. Because this is a big question mark right now. Is should I play Metaphor or not? And this will be a great opportunity all day for us to try it out and see what we want to do with the game, if it should be in the schedule or not. Okay? I just got asked, so I'm definitely not playing Zelda. Right now, I can't play anything. I'm still in the middle of games. I still have to finish Astrobot. I still have to finish The Casting of Frank Stone. I have to beat those games before I take on any other games. And by the way, I know we haven't talked about this yet. Next week is a very short streaming week for me. Get this. I'm only here Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday's my next day off. Again, this is my wife's work schedule being...
What the fuck? So, Bingo next week will only be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then Phil's got a day off. Fuck me.
So weird and all over the place. We have to do it that way because we have appointments lined up for Wednesday. So I have a short streaming week. My goal in this 4-day streaming week will be to wrap up both Astrobot and The Casting of Frank Stone. I hope we can beat them both. And then once both those are done, then we can decide what's next. Is it going to be Dead Rising Remastered? Is it going to be the Zelda game? Is it going to be something else? I don't know. The next major game is October 8th, and that's Silent Hill 2 Remake, which everyone wants to see me play, and I cannot wait to play. Okay, so that's coming, but we're not there yet. Okay.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! Shoutouts. Let's start. The first contribution of the day is a $10 tip. And it says, Redemption Love. I don't know what that means, except maybe that's the name you want to go by. There you go. All right, thank you for a $10 tip, Redemption Love. Is you on the leaderboard? Oh, that's right, I'm not playing animations. It wouldn't work anyway, I have them disabled. I was like, wait a minute, I was going to play the animation, but there is none. So guys, if you are enjoying the content today, if you like the fact that I'm branching out,
Give me your money. Give me your
and
money.
doing different kinds of content, I'm having guests on the show from all over the internet, please support the channel today by liking the stream. All right, that's number one. Liking this stream will help a lot during the interview. And please support in some way. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, or tips are all greatly appreciated. There will not be pop-ups while I'm talking to Tolo, but they will resume after the fact, and we'll do shout-outs after that and all of that, okay? Are we good? Do we have any final questions or anything before I do the final setup and we get Tolo on here? Does anyone have any questions or anything, any concerns? Or are we good to go? And it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the sun to make sure that it doesn't hit the PC. Right now, the sun is moving because it's the afternoon, so when the sun starts to hit the PC, I have to totally move my curtains around here. This is going to be silly. In fact, hold on a second. Before we do this, hold on.
Wait, what? Move his curtains around. Are the curtains too small? So he's got the window, the curtains closed, but are the curtains not big enough to... Did he get like magic curtains for his big window or something? This goddamn fucking gout-ridden vampire.
Open the other side of the curtains. And I'm hoping by do that, now there's going to be a shadow, there's nothing we can do about that. Hopefully by having the other side of the curtains open, now the sun will not hit my PC. Because I don't want it to hit the PC and screw it up. You know, this is just, it's a pain in the butt trying to figure all this out right now. This whole new setup and everything.
How about you fucking buy curtains that fucking fit your window? Yeah, weird fucking prick.
And by the way, I'm well aware, guys, I'm now way behind on game news. It just so happens that the 2 days that I can't do a regular podcast, there's been an insane overloading of game news. We got all the things that happened at the Sony State of Play, today's Tokyo Game Show, and all this news is coming out, and I don't have time to cover it because I'm not doing a regular podcast. So when I come back on Saturday, we will be doing all regular game news. So the whole podcast on Saturday will likely be me watching, game trailers.
Oh, thank God I'm not here for it then.
That'd be cool. Watching game trailers, reacting to game trailers, that kind of stuff. That's going to be like my whole Saturday. Because I remember I'm not here tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off. I've been streaming for 8 straight days.
Burger.
Okay. All right, are we good to go? I think we're good. And what I will do here, I'm just going to turn the camera off temporarily so I'll stop recording it with this video. Thank you guys for watching. Oh yeah, let's turn off the leaderboard like I said I would. That way we're not distracted. And then what I'll do is I'll get everything set up here. I'm working on Discord, and we are going to begin. We're going to get Tolo on here, all right? All right, so thank you guys for chilling for a little bit while I got set up. Let's end this video, and let's get Tolo on here. Cool. All right, so there we go. I got to do that. I got to end this. Disconnect. Okay, did that.
How do I mute him? How do I mute this kid? Now what happened? Where am I?
Friends list, if I remember correctly. Shoot. Okay, hold on. I'll go to my friends list. There, that's how I do it. Okay. All right, real fast. I'll be right back, and then we'll begin.
And I guess I'll just fast forward.
Weird. I should probably.
Oh wait, he's back there. Wait, come on. Talk. Talk, you wee moron. Say something. God damn it.
Okay, just figured. I should probably take a last minute leak before we begin, don't you think? All right, let me get him on here. And hold on, because
Wait,
I
wait, wait,
I
wait.
immediately have to.
I should probably take a last minute leak before I begin. You just fucking had one. Like you had one like fucking 15 minutes ago.
Jump over with my microphone here. My setup's very weird. But it will get better in time. Let me now make this normal size. It's on the screen. Hopefully this looks good. We're about to find out. All right, let's see what happens here. And the microphone is on. Okay.
That was a throat clear, and that's another bingo.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Strong fucking card, I must say.
All right, here we go. See if this works.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but you are very low. So hold on one second. Let's do some adjustments here. And likely I have to adjust your volume level in my setup. So let's see. Here we go. User volume. All the way up. Let's see how that sounds now. Hello, sir.
How about now?
That is much, much, much better. Excellent.
Awesome.
All right. Let's just get it. Actually,
Did you guys see that, by the way? Did you guys see what Phil was doing at the bottom of the screen there? It might, but I'm not. So hold on. Phil has got his second microphone for Discord right in front of him, next to his stream microphone, right there. So, Jesus Christ.
Now.
that is much, much, much better. Excellent.
Awesome.
Oh, I guess Phil feels like he's at some sort of press conference or something with fucking 2 microphones in front of him and this camera or whatever as well. It's like, oh my god, double mic'd up. What? Oh my god, it's such an awkward fucking setup. Why, Phil? Why are you so mind-numbingly incompetent in everything you fucking do? Oh well, whatever. Let's get on with it.
All right. Let's just get it actually looking centered here. Oops, on my stream, because I am tiny on the stream. And I don't think there's a way to have us both look equal because you don't have a camera, so I think they do one or the other. If I click on that. Oh, wait. Well, it's going to say just no signal, so I guess I should just go full screen with me. Okay. I think we're good to go. Everyone can hear us, by the way, but we haven't really begun yet.
Alrighty.
I want to figure out how to get this to look a bit better in my setup.
Nothing is stopping Phil, by the way, from like going completely properly full screen on Discord. He just doesn't fucking understand the concept of how to do it.
And we will begin. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry if there's any yodeling dogs in the background. They get feisty during the daytime, so...
Well, your dogs are awesome, man. I remember seeing your dogs all the time on stream. So cute. I love
No,
that.
they're not. They're motherfuckers, dude. Don't ever get dogs. There's too many of them. Live in a fucking zoo.
All right, so for the record, we're now live and I'm going to start recording and we will begin.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a special edition of the Level 1 podcast. Today I have a guest. It is the internet streamer, gamer, and Twitch content creator, Tolomayo. Is it Tolomayo or Tolomayo? I always forget how to pronounce it.
It's Tolomayo.
Tolomayo.
I just went to laughing
Tolomayo.
at you because you mispronounce it every time.
I do. You're absolutely right. I'm a buffoon. Tolomayo. And
Yeah.
what does that mean? Because I was trying to like find maybe like a thumbnail from your channel to put up during this, and I searched for it on Google, and all I could get was a bunch of lamps. I was like, what the hell is this?
Just a knockoff brand.
I just use his fucking Twitch profile. You know, I just use his Twitch profile picture. Seems to be the simplest fucking solution. But Phil's like, I just seen a bunch of fucking lamps.
Put up during this, and I searched for it on Google, and all I could get was a bunch of lamps. I was like, what the hell is this?
Just a knockoff brand Pixar lamp. I stole it from a video game on the original Xbox. It was a net game called Phantom Crash, and there was a robot called the Tolomayo. I'm not very creative, so not an exciting story whatsoever.
Cool. Well, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Your time is valuable, and I've told my audience when I have guests on the show, there's no pop-ups on my channel. I'm not going to be doing shout-outs. I'm not going to be, taking questions. It's just going to be the two of us talking about various things. Because just so you know, Tolo, you're basically like the first casual guest that I've had on the show. I've been doing
What the
interviews
fuck's
now
that
for.
supposed to mean?
What I mean is we don't have like any like set agenda. We don't have bad blood. You know what I mean? Like we're just here to kind of chill and talk. I mean, yeah, we have a little bit of a history that I'd like to touch upon,
Sure.
from years ago. But outside of that, we're just two guys who love games, who stream and have a good time with it. And I think it's going to be a more casual conversation than the other interviews that I've done up to now.
Okay. I don't know. I thought you were calling me a casual in terms of like Dark Souls. I was about to start fighting, dude. This motherfucker.
No, dude, you are. Well, first of all,
Burger.
just so everyone knows the background here, okay? I first learned of Tolo when in 2017 there was a big shift in content creation because YouTube had its adpocalypse, right? And so I had been primarily like just making on-demand videos for my living, but all of a sudden, all of the ad revenue went away. And so I was like struggling. I was like, what am I going to do? So I decided that I was going to become a full-time streamer. And I
I
was
mean, really, your audience were fucking begging you for a long fucking time to transition over to fucking live streaming on Twitch. You kept fucking refusing time and time again. On the King of Hate forums, there was constant daily fucking requests from your diehard audience trying to help you, saying, Phil, you need to fucking embrace this. You need to fucking get with the fucking times. The fucking times are changing, and please adopt live streaming. You need to fucking evolve as a content creator. And you fucking said no to this for the longest fucking time because you're just happy to fucking stick with what's working for you on YouTube. You know, fucking Machinima or whatever, not crap, you know what I mean? And basically, your hand was forced. This is not a Phil decides to fucking do something proactive and smart. No. Phil had no choice but to fucking change things.
Streaming on Twitch at the time, and I actually can't exactly remember, Tolo, like the first time that I saw your stream. I don't think you would come on my stream. I think like it had just been like a random recommended stream for me. You know how Twitch sometimes will just say, hey, watch these other guys or whatever.
I mean, I remember exactly what happened if you want me to tell it.
Yeah, go for it, because I don't remember the original story.
Right. So back then, 2017, I was the worst kind of virgin. I still am, but I was back then too. I only played Dark Souls every fucking day. And you know DSP, you know This Is How You Don't Play Dark Souls 2. I knew about you because I would watch This Is How You Don't Play. And I thought you getting fucked up in Dark Souls 2 was the funniest shit ever. Now, in a different time, you would consider me a detractor for that. But I found those videos hilarious. It had never crossed the threshold from like actually having a personal disdain towards you. But I watched the shit out of those. My two favorite streamers at the time were you and Man vs. Game, primarily for the same reason. I don't know if you know who that is.
No, I'm not familiar with that person.
He streamed like 1,000,000 hours, and he took speed to stream like 30 hours, which I think you should do. It would be funny. I want to.
But guys, if you want me to slow this down a bit, please do. Like, I've got it at 1.5 speed right now because of Phil. But if you think it's too fast and you're struggling to understand Tolomayo, I can slow it down a little bit because it feels like, and we had that problem last time as well when June the King was on, because he talks kind of faster than Phil does. So it's kind of hard to follow what June was saying at times. So it is 1.5 right now. I can lower it to 1.25 if necessary. And yeah, MRC, when it says hilarious was said from Tolo, yeah, Phil needs to say it. This is we can't have other people saying it for him. Phil has to be the one to say it. So there we go. That's my one me rule here. We can't have guests getting things ticked off the card for us. It has to be Phil that says and does these things. I'll put my foot down in that front.
See that.
I'd probably die.
I think you'd be fine. Anyways, so I had auto host on, and sorry if I go on forever. Streamers
go
are all
for it.
fucking.
I want to hear. I don't remember this at all, so I'll go for it, man.
So you were a joke in Dark Souls, straight up. Like everyone laughed at your ability to play those games. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was funny. I can say I didn't have any personal grudge against you, but a lot of people did, and so I hosted only 2 people with auto host. I didn't actively send all of my people there, but after my stream ended, I had 2 people on auto host. You and a woman named Velvet7. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
I think you'd really like her. I think you would. She's. I'll leave it at that. But
okay.
it was kind of a joke. And then one day I was streaming and it's like Darkside Phil is auto hosting you. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, well, I didn't really expect that sort of reaction. Then you came into my chat and you started talking. And I didn't know what to do because I made fun of you regularly. My favorite was the From Software. That's one of my favorites from you. And it was weird because you came in and you were polite, you were cordial, you were nice, and it's a side that I hadn't seen when you were playing like Castlevania Lords of Shadow, like throwing controllers against the wall. It was humanizing, right?
Right.
So it was strange, and I told you straight up, the first thing I said to you, and I fully expected you to just leave after I said it, is, I watch This Is How You Don't Play. I think it's funny, like I hosted you, and it's just, I didn't want you to get any misunderstandings as to what was going on, right?
Right.
And then you'd come into chat, and you got along pretty well. It was weird, because I would say things like, DSP, you should let me coach you into doing a Bloodborne level 4 run. It would be funny. And you would always swerve me, every time. You never committed. But you would be in chat, joking all the time. And it was just strange. I don't know. That's how it started, from my perspective.
Gotcha. I didn't remember that.
There's a slight echo here, but it's because of Phil, I think. Phil has the 2 megaphones a bit too close together. So, well maybe it's not close enough after all, but all I know is there's a slight echo on this from Tolomayo speaking. There seems to be a little bit of an echo going on here. And I'm just going to blame Phil for it, because why the fuck not?
I remember all the auto-hosting stuff that happened on Twitch, but I didn't remember, exactly how it went down. And exactly what you're saying is basically what's been happening recently to me in the last couple of months, is that people always hear or see the worst of me from either This Is How You Don't Play, or now I hate to say it, my detractors now are just absolutely ridiculous. They're A-loggers. They literally just sit there and make the worst compilations that aren't even true. They're completely out of context. They just do whatever they can to make me look like an asshole. Yeah.
And there's the fucking first part of the victim narrative he's trying to spin here.
Sometimes you gotta stop. There are some of them that are like me. Like, you would consider me a detractor in a certain sense because I watch those videos. Maybe not now.
No, not anymore. See, you're absolutely right. This is what's happened is, in the last 7 years, dude, I have mellowed out. I don't give a shit what people watch. You can make fun of me as much as you want.
Excuse the fuck out of me. Excuse the absolute ever-loving fuck out of me. Stop watching Keemstar. Stop watching Keemstar. But he's mellowed the fuck out in the last 7 fucking years. Fuck the fuck off.
Because I've had the worst of it. I've had way worse than that. I got people now who are stalking my family members. I've got people who are you know, doing crazy shit that you should never do to anyone who's a content creator. And
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
it's like, why would I care if you watched a video that made fun of how bad I am at Dark Souls? I think it's funny. I've actually reacted to some This Is How You Don't Play myself and laughed my ass off because they are funny, you know? So I don't think you're a detractor at all because you watch that stuff. The vast majority of people who come and watch me now are people who have seen negative stuff about me and they want to come see the raw content, and then they realize, hey, just like you found out, Phil's actually kind of a chill guy. He's not really, you know, over the top angry all the time. Well, sometimes, exactly.
Not when you play fighting games. You're not very chill.
Oh, I know. Oh, when I
That's
play
like the last
fighting games,
vestige of that old rage.
yeah, and you know what? That's part of the reason why I do keep it in the rotation, because a lot of people like to see the old Phil come out, and that's really when it comes out. Outside of that, much other stuff I've really chilled out over the years. All right, so that's great. And what I think we should do, we could transition into kind of really, you know, talking about our history a little bit. You know, how we started to kind of, you know, talk to each other, hang out on each other's streams, and what ended up happening eventually, because like most things, over the years, people spin the story or they come from a different perspective, and I just kind of wanted to have the conversation with you to clear the air about what had happened back in, like, I think it was like 2017. I can't remember if even we had continued to like have interactions in 2018.
It was around there.
Yeah. So from my perspective, I thought you were a really cool guy, right? Like,
Can I interrupt you really quickly?
Oh, what's that? Okay, go ahead.
I want to say one thing before we continue on, because I personally, I think that you paint the detractors with too broad of a brush. They're absolutely the fucking weirdos, for sure. But, I mean, both times I've interacted with you, some of them came into my chat last night, and initially there was a little bit of acrimony, but there, you talk to them, and it's mostly fine, I think. I think a big problem for you is that you never leaned into the criticism. The more you pushed against them, the worse and worse they became. And I'm personally of the opinion that if you had just learned to laugh at yourself a little earlier on, then it would never have gotten this bad. In my
even fucking now.
opinion, my unsolicited opinion towards you. But every time you paint all of the people who have criticism of you as like this monolith of detractors who are all stalking your family, you're gonna make it worse every single.
And this is what I'm saying. Phil's trying his best to fucking do that right fucking now. That's the intention of him having Tolomayo on the fucking show. It's to fucking paint himself as the eternal fucking victim, all detractors and critics not shitting, all the haters or whatever, because they stopped him from doing this and that back in the fucking day. I do hope that Tolomayo is very aware of what happened back in the fucking day, and I hope he's been paying attention to some of the fucking tweets that people have made today. Not just obviously, I've been one of many people who have been pointing at Phil's hypocrisy, trying to fucking paint us as the reason why I didn't do a collaboration with Tolomayo and Creotic back in the fucking day. And to me, this is a good sign so far that Tolo is not going to let Phil try and dictate things. He's trying to fucking kind of stop Phil from trying to get away with kind of trying to spin a tale. You know, he's trying to kind of put the brakes on Phil at times and just say, hey, look, just, you know, nip it right there. This is what I think, and I think you're fucking bad at doing this sometimes and that sometimes. But Phil, though, just fucking loves to paint every single fucking detractor the same. Like, everyone... How would Phil Burnell like it if we said every single person in his audience was like Derek? It wouldn't be a very fair, you know, comparison, would it? Can you imagine if we said every single DSP fan is exactly like Derek? Do you think he would, you know, appreciate that sort of fucking, you know, generalization? I think not.
Time you say that.
Yep, and you're right. And just for the record, now when I say detractors, I don't mean people who don't like me. I mean people who stalk me. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I don't care about the criticism anymore. I'm open to it. I mean,
oh, for fuck's sake, guys. He cares. He cares. He always fucking cares. He has little special little victim segments showing how much he cares, but doesn't care.
I just reacted to a 4-hour documentary about myself that kind of exposed all the messed up stuff I've done over the years, and I agree with all of it. You know, like, I am in the position I'm in now because originally when This Is How You Don't Play started, I reacted in the stupidest way. I was so angry at everyone. I was like, oh, how dare you use my content without my permission? You're stealing, you're breaking the law. You're right. I should have leaned into it. I should have rolled with it. Hell, I should have made my own compilations and then made fun of myself.
Then you try to do that on your fucking King of Hate fucking channel. Sorry. The what was it called? What was that fucking shitty channel called? What was the channel? Fuck me, it's gone from my fucking head. Oh, hold on, what was that channel called before I fucking rebranded it to fucking DSP Reacts? The King... No, the fucking... Oh my god, it's got my fucking head. KO Gaming, that's a fucking shit. KO Gaming, now it's fucking throwback channel. KO Gaming. Phil actually did try and make This Is How You Don't Plays on his KO Gaming channel. Back in the day. He had other people make them for him. And guess what? They were fucking shit. They were awful. They didn't really get much attention, didn't get much fucking views. It was bad. It was poorly made.
And I don't think that it ever would have gotten to the level that it did, but because I was so anti-criticism, right? Anyone who criticized me was the enemy, right? So many people realized, well, wait a minute, it makes him act angry. Then we can make more content out of it. Now we can make more videos, and it just kept rolling and rolling and kept escalating and escalating to the point where it comes to today. So no, I'm well aware. When I say detractors, absolutely not. I don't mean people who criticize me or laugh at me or make fun of me. People are welcome to do that. I do it myself now. You know, I've changed for the better in that regard. But when I say detractors, I mean the extreme cases.
All right. Would you say the only thing you've leaned into is banning people then? You like the lean in ban?
Oh, lean in ban.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. It took Phil a second to fucking understand that reference.
Yeah. That's around when I stopped watching your streams. Is back then. I remember you getting pissed at people making fun of the lean in ban and the frogs. For some reason, you really didn't like the frogs. At the time.
And just so you know, after that, basically I adopted all of it. I made a lean in manual ban emo. We had frog emotes. We basically started celebrating the memes rather than being anti-meme, and it worked for a pretty long time, to the fact where now once you lean into the memes, they kind of lose their power as a negative reinforcement, and then people forget about it. So now, like,
you sure about that? You sure there's no stakes on the line?
No one talks about the frog meme. No one in my chat even really remembers what you're talking about with the frog meme, because it was like, you know, from a past time. You know?
No one in your chat fucking remembers who Tolomayo is, Phil.
Really fucking confused on who I am because it's been 100 years. I mean, that's fine. I just think that it's been a consistent problem is just painting too broad a brush with people.
I completely agree with you these days. You're right. I was an asshole back in the day. I thought my shit didn't stink. I thought, hey, I'm the content creator. I'm the big shot streamer. How dare you criticize me and say I'm doing something wrong, you know? And that was the absolute wrong way to take it, you know?
Hey, Phil said wrong. There's a wrong for a fucking bingo card.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Yeah, this is a very strong fucking card.
And I've learned over the years to mellow out and have a different attitude. And I appreciate now when people call me out for it, because sometimes I don't realize what's going on. And then when people call me out for it, I'm like, oh, you're right. I'm making a mistake. This is stupid. I need to change my attitude. And, you know, for the most part, people say that I have mellowed out a lot, and that's a good thing, obviously. So, no, go ahead.
I don't know. I just miss the days when you would sing about Sonic and bestiality. I miss the singing.
Dude, I would love to play that on the stream. I mean, it's been such a change. Culture in general in the last decade. It's like, you can't even have that on YouTube anymore. People will flag your channel for having that video. You know, it's like, what the hell? And it's crazy, you know, how things have changed, and the things you said and did 10 years ago. You know, now if you said it, you'd be immediately canceled and everyone just railroads you off the internet.
Maybe. I think people over-exaggerate. I mean, like, look at you. You've been through a billion controversies, and you're still here. So I think people tend to overestimate how effective canceling is.
That is very true. I've been well, people have attempted to cancel me so many times over the years for various different things. I mean, and yeah, to some extent it's worked. Like, for example, you know, the reason I'm not on Twitch right now is because my detractors, I don't know if you know this, Tolo, back in 2021, my detractors made like a mega cut of all the things that I used to say and do in like 2010. All right, so we're talking like 11 years prior. You know, a joke about Nazis that's really bad and I never should have made, and this joke about some woman, and then this joke about a certain race, right? And they made this super cut of content that they thought was offensive, and they sent it to Twitch and said, you got this guy in their partner program. Do you really want this kind of person in there? And Twitch removed me from their partner program, citing that I'm using hateful speech. I'm like,
why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
This shit that you're talking about happened 11 years ago. Like, how are you going to cancel me now for stuff that I don't do, right? So to some extent, it does hurt me. But for the most part, I've been through the ringer for so long that, you know, people know who I am. They know, you know, they know what to expect. And I don't think that I'm ever going to be canceled. Even if I get thrown off a site, there's a million other places I can go, and my viewers follow me. So I'm not really too concerned about that kind of shit.
Correct me if I'm misunderstanding this, but wasn't there a ban before that one where you made fun of a guy for having blue hair or something? Like, you clicked on his Twitch profile and ridiculed his appearance?
Oh, yeah, there was a...
Oh, Jesus, man, Tolomayo has all these receipts of his own volition. I don't even think anyone mentioned fucking blue hair today. This is just Tolomayo fucking cooking off his own fucking, you know, gas here.
Twitch is so weird, and I gotta give you credit, man, for the fact that you still stream there, because they're so weird with the way that they do business. Like, I remember that was one case where I'm just on my stream, and there's a guy who's troll. He's an outright troll. He's making fun of me. He's insulting me. So I just clap back at him, and I just happen to look at his avatar, and he has blue hair, and I'm like, dude, you and your stupid, I probably said, like, you look like a Muppet or something like that, right? You look like a Muppet with your colored hair or whatever. And they actually said, oh, this is strike one against your channel. How dare you, like, insult someone's physical appearance on your stream? I'm like, how do you even know that's them? It's just an avatar. You know, I don't even know that that's really the person. I'm just making a stupid comment because they insulted me first. But to Twitch, that's like, oh God, you can't do that. The thing that really got me about Twitch, they don't sometimes would like say I had done stuff wrong and apparently hit me with like a strike, but they didn't tell me. So, like, for example, I remember I was doing a Christmas marathon and I was like really drunk, like buzzed, like really buzzed, not drunk, but like I drank a lot. And I was like impersonating a bad streamer, and I accidentally said like the F word or something, right?
You didn't accidentally fucking say it. You said it intentionally twice. Then you're like, oh, big deal. Oh, hold on. Since Phil is going to cite these random examples, it feels like it's fair taking of show you what Phil's talking about. So let me just I'll just search for a good old pig go. Give me a second here. You guys will all know, I'm pretty sure. You guys will be very aware of the clip.
Bag it.
Oh, hold on, Phil, you jumped the gun. Hold on, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And he's desperate just to get it out there. He's desperate to just say it, you know. But we're not ready yet, Phil. Here we go.
It's more about drama.
Hang on. We're rewind to full. For full context, I'll fucking make sure, but you know, we get it all. So here we go. Here's the full context of Phil getting drunk and he accidentally said a slur word beginning with F.
If you want to watch, you know, someone enjoy a game and have fun and be entertaining, you watch them on Twitch. You don't watch them on YouTube anymore, right? YouTube is more about drama and bullshit. I want to watch a drama vlog, then you go on YouTube. I want to watch some faggot and insult some homo. You go on YouTube.
That didn't seem like an accidental slip of the tongue. That sounded like an intentional word that he intended to fucking say. But at least he won't double down on it, will he?
I want to watch some guy throw around all kinds of insulting slurs constantly. Well, you go to YouTube. You want to watch actual gamers play games? You go to fucking Twitch. And by the way, when I said those two, oh my god, he said faggot and homo. Obviously, I'm not prejudiced against homosexuals at all. I'm trying to say that's what.
Oh, so he said it again then, accidentally. He accidentally said it twice. Isn't that lovely? He said it twice. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, so that's what Phil mean. In case you weren't aware of what Phil was talking about, that's what he was talking about.
And I was like impersonating a bad streamer, and I accidentally said like the F word or something, right, while I'm buzzed. And immediately I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I was trying to impersonate someone who does the wrong thing, right?
But you didn't apologise for it, though. You didn't actually apologise for it. You kind of mocked the chat saying, oh, he said this, and nah, I actually have no problem with that. You didn't actually apologise for saying it. You just said you're trying to impersonate what people on YouTube are like.
So months pass, and then all of a sudden, my channel gets temporarily suspended for like a day, and I contacted my Twitch partner manager at the time, and I said, what happened? Why am I suspended? He goes, oh, well, this is like strike 2. I said, strike 2? For what? Oh, well, back in December, you said this. I said, you didn't even tell me about it. You didn't give me a strike. Like, you didn't even tell me I had a strike. Like, where do I see this shit? And the guy had nothing to say. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter if I told you or not. You had it anyway. Like, what?
Well, to be fair, you know that word's verboten on Twitch. Like, you said it, even
Right.
if it was a mistake, you did it.
Right.
Know?
And for me, the whole air of unprofessionalism of Twitch and how it's run, like on YouTube, when I get a strike, I know.
Because you're super professional by saying that word twice while getting drunk off your arse on a Christmas stream.
I got the strike. They email me about it. My channel has a giant pop-up on it that says, this has happened. Now you must, change your behavior. On Twitch, you don't even know what the hell's going on.
Change your behaviour. Because Phil felt it was... So, Phil needed a big flashing pop-up to tell him not to use such horrible language and behaviour. Like, he needs a big flashing neon sign to tell him to stop being so homophobic to people. And racist to people. And sexist to people. He needs these big flashing neon warning signs around at all times. To say, hey Phil, that thing you just said there is super offensive, so you must be to change your beat. No, Phil was a fully grown-ass man. And he felt it was right to say these things. And he's upset that he was not warned. He's upset not for the fact that he said something horrible. He's upset at the fact that he was not warned properly for saying something horrible.
And all of a sudden, they'll just turn your stream off. Like, what's going on? And then they say, oh, you said a slur during your stream. No, I didn't. Appeal. And then they just turn my stream back on 3 hours later because I never did it. Like, they just made it up. So that's one of the reasons I left. I couldn't take them being so unprofessional. I want a place where if you're going to hold me accountable, fine. I want to know what I'm doing wrong and improve. You got to give me a chance. Like, you got to tell me what's happening, not just take me out of the partner program with no warning, no chance to, like, improve myself or be better. Just spend my channel on a whim. Don't tell me I have strikes against. Enough is it. This is a business for me. This is my living. I got to go somewhere where they're gonna take it more seriously, and that's when I've been at YouTube the last 3.5 years, and I have not had any of those kind of problems streaming over here.
Phil, you did a whole lot of fucking bad shit on Twitch at the same time. You fucking streamed like content from movies on your Twitch channel, which somehow did not fucking violate terms of service, even though it blatantly fucking did, because you are protected at the time by Twitch and your fucking partner manager. You did so many committed so many violations well on Twitch, not just for the language you fucking used and your conduct towards other fucking people, but with the content you actually had in your fucking shows as well at times, on your channel as well at times. So the fact that you fucking lasted as long as you fucking did is insane. And you're complaining about Twitch being unprofessional when they fucking shielded you and protected you for so fucking long?
Did you leave or did you get banned?
I left. I was removed from the partner program in 2021. They cited hate speech. And I said, what hate speech? I want you to tell me. They refused.
It was hateful slurs. It wasn't hate speech, it was hateful slurs.
Program in 2021. They cited hate speech. And I said, what hate speech? I want you to tell me. They refused. They said, we don't have to tell you anything. But in a year, you can apply to get your partnership back. And I was like, what's the point of me reapplying when you won't tell me what I did wrong to begin with? I have no clue what you're even talking about. Come to find out, then I found out, of course, doing research, that it was my detractors who had done this supercut. Again, this was like 2010, 2011 shit that I had said and done. And they sent it to Twitch in a campaign to get me out of the partner program.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
So they threw me out. I still streamed on Twitch for about a month and a half after having lost my partnership. But I couldn't, basically, I was making a living just on like tips, because, you know, I couldn't get bits, I couldn't get subs. And I was trying to get people to just basically tip and still make a living doing it. But where the straw that broke the camel's back was I was streaming Returnal. And during Returnal, you know, that's a very fast-paced game. Like, a million shit on a screen. Like, things are flying at you all over the place. Very tough game. And
By the way, that's 3 million so far. Fellow said 1 million 3 times so far, just in case you're curious.
like, I got tongue-tied. I was, like, saying something, and I was reading something off the screen, but I was also saying something else, and I combined, like, 2 words together, and it was like a jumble. And my detractors, again, this is not critics of me. This is my actual detractors who wish me harm. False reported me to Twitch saying that I had said the N-word.
Well, you kinda did, without meaning to. It was a slip of the tongue, but it was undeniable. It sounds... I mean, for God's sake, I made a compilation about it, for God's sake. It's kind of funny as well, because I actually got grief off someone recently. Hold on. If we go to my channel, if we go to my channel, where's my channel? Here, there we go. And so it's like it's actually the most popular video I've still done on my channel as well. Some of the, you know, crappy fever shit as well done back in the day.
What is...
So the thing he's talking about, right, is something that happens here. This is a tunnel segment here.
Oh, that's terrible. When stationary, negative 75% damage. That's really bad.
So he meant to say like negative, but he did not say negative at first. He said something very different.
Uh-oh. Well, I might have been banned. Yep. It looks like I have been banned from Twitch because I can't broadcast to it. Hateful slurs or symbols. I didn't do a hateful slur or symbol. Nigger.
I mean, it sounds like he fucking did. Yeah. And so this video of mine, right, is called DSP, A Brief History of the N-Word. It's a compilation of Phil saying that word over and over again. Okay? It's not a long video. It's not a long video. It's a pretty short video. Sometimes Phil's intentionally said it, and sometimes it's like, oh, it's a slip of the tongue, or he was tricked by someone in his chat to saying the words, you know, or he gets tongue-tied or whatever, you know what I mean? So to me, though, it is actually quite an accurate video title, because these are all times that Phil has said it, whether he intended to or not. And what was the comment I got recently? So hold on. Let's go to the news one, because it was a new... So, yeah, DSP is a piece of shit, but this video is embarrassing. At no point he said it in a racist or insulting way. He has like 100k videos on YouTube, and that's all he can come up with. PewDiePie, on the other hand, has said it in a very insulting, natural way. The video title is very self-explanatory. It's a brief history of Phil saying that word several times over years. So I don't think I was trying to... I mean, the video is quite self-explanatory, I feel. And bear in mind, since this video was made, there's been more. There's actually been more that Phil was, you know, he played Yakuza, like a Dragon Yakuza, or whatever, one of those Yakuza games anyway, but he had a real problem trying to pronounce some of these Japanese names, and it kind of sounded quite bad. That came after this video was fucking made, you know. But yeah, Phil, it's... If you can't control what you're saying, Phil, and you're a bit loose with things that come out your mouth, if your mouth works before your brain does, then that's all on you, essentially.
I was like, what? I never did. You can replay the clip. I definitely didn't say it. It was just me being tongue-tied, like saying 2 words together that ended with, like, you know, grr at the end of it or something like that. And all
that ended with grr. He meant to say negative, right? That's clear. He meant to say negative. That was definitely clear. But for some bloody reason, it's like... No, Phil. It's just, yeah. Clear. I mean, obviously, I fucking didn't mean to say it, but he still said it. That's the point. As the point is. He still said a goddamn thing.
All of a sudden, they're like, oh, he said the N-word. And they actually suspended me. They suspended my channel for that. And I was like, what the fuck? So I appealed it, and later that day, they removed the suspension. But I was like, there is absolutely no way I'm going to continue to work on the site if they're going to just suspend me on a whim for something I literally didn't do. So that's why I've been gone since then. I actively chose to leave. I could reapply partnership, but I don't want to, man. I don't want to deal with that.
Have a horse in the race. But do you think you would have gotten removed from the partner program if it wasn't for the hair incident and the slur incident? Because I feel like from Twitch's perspective, you got to think, okay, well, he says he changed, but look at these two things that happened recently. Like what, within the last year and a half, 2 years? I don't know the time frame. But
actually,
it's a good point. That's a fantastic point. Tolomayo is actually fucking. I didn't think Tolomayo would be so combative here with him. I mean, I know I wasn't going to take much shit from Phil, but I did not expect Tol to fucking be quite robust with her comebacks here. And it's a very good question.
He says he changed, but look at these two things that happened recently. Like what, within the last year and a half, 2 years? I don't know the time frame. But
I actually don't remember either. Right.
So it's you got to accept some culpability for that, right?
Listen, I will openly admit that I'm not a perfect dude, and I said
None
things
of
that
us
I shouldn't
are.
have done, But again, for me, it's the air of not being professional about it. If they were transparent with me and were like, okay, listen, this happened, you got to strike. This happened, you got to strike. You got to be careful. But they don't do that. They'll just all of a sudden
You're
they'll just have
you're talking about a company. I don't know if you ever saw this, but it's a company where they had like this Twitch ambassador program where they had like an otherkin who thought, I think she was a deer and would do like deer roleplay on the stream, or she'd eat grass and say that her haters are grass and she's going to eat them. So, I mean, Twitch is confusing sometimes, but I think that in that case you're mentioning, I think you would have been fine if you didn't do those two things. Because like, yeah, I get being pressed and someone's trolling you and annoying you, but if you're going and insulting their physical appearance, I don't know, man.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. If that's your perspective, that's cool. For me.
But he doesn't agree with you. But Phil's like, I don't fucking agree with your opinion. How fucking dare you fucking spout that fucking detractor fucking nonsense on my podcast?
In truth, now that I'm on YouTube, I can't even see people's avatars anymore. I couldn't insult someone if I wanted to because the avatars on YouTube are tiny and people use like anime shit anyway all the time. So
do you want to insult someone?
I know I'm going to insult someone's avatar right now. Hey, Ben Heck Hacks avatar says Ben Heck. Okay, that's a bad example. Ben Heck Hacks has got his avatar saying his own bloody name. Okay, that's a bad fucking example. Okay. I'll insult Steve Dead's avatar. I can't fucking read that. How the fuck am I meant to fucking read that? I'm terrible. Fuck, this is a terrible idea.
One right now.
Sure, let's see. Blastoise, that avatar's hideous. How dare you?
No, a real insult. Come on, you got better than that. You were the king of hate. Come on.
Oh, the king of hate. Oh, Phil's going to push back on that as well, I bet.
Anyway, what I'd like to do,
He's just moving on. Didn't try and correct him. No, I'm no longer the king of hate.
To go back to 2017 when kind of we had our interactions and talk a little bit about how we were going back and forth there. First of all, I want to say this wholeheartedly. I mean this, dude. I'm really sorry that because we had interactions in 2017, anything negative that might have happened to you or your streams or anything like that, because I don't actually know the extent of, what happened with my haters or if they actually came over and harassed you or harassed your community or kind of like derailed your streams. But I just want you to know I'm really sorry for anything like that to happen. And it was obviously never my intention with us either talking or whatever that would happen. I never thought in my wildest dreams that they would come and kind of be like a negative thing for you.
Are you
I
sure
feel really
about
bad
that?
about it.
I mean, you got to know that when you mention people, they're gonna get some blowback for interacting with you. You know that.
Now I do. But here's the change: is that back then I was mostly an isolated content creator. Like I said, in 2017, that's when the adpocalypse happened on YouTube, and I was leaning into now being a live streamer. And when you're a live streamer, now you have a social interaction with your audience, but you're also looking to possibly have interactions with other content creators, streamers, collabs. And basically, that's kind of you were the first person who we kind of had that because of auto posting or whatever. And I didn't at that time. Quite frankly, I had no clue that was going to happen to you. And when it happened, I felt so bad because I was like, dude, now. And basically, what happened was I went to like a turtle shell. Like I basically said, well, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to talk to nobody. I'm not going to collab with anyone. I'm just going to do my own shit because I don't want other people now to get harassed or whatever. And now I know that. Now I will know that. And anyone who's going to do anything with me needs to know that up front too. That I've got these people who are stalking me, and man, they're going to come after you.
Phil, if that was the case, then why didn't you just fucking tell that? So at the time when Tolomayo and Chaotic were trying to do a collaboration in Monster Hunter with Phil Burnell told the both of them, no, it's a hardcore gaming season, I'm way too fucking busy. He told his audience that kind of thing as well, but also said that he wasn't very impressed with the game. He said the audience hated the fucking game. He said, I'm not very good at the game anyway, so I'll be the third wheel and I fucking dragged them back or whatever. He made up all sorts of fucking excuses, and also as well, was quite fucking busy because of all his big games coming out and all that shit, He's looking forward to playing this game and that game, and it fucking clashes with this game coming out and all that shit. So, why, if the detractors were an actual fucking issue at a time for him doing collaboration projects with these guys, why didn't he just tell them, I can't do this because my haters and detractors are going to make things a problem? He has tried. So I'm bizarre. This is a bizarre attempt at a retcon of a situation. Hopefully Tolomayo will call him out if Phil tries to fucking say it was because of the detractors that the collaboration didn't happen, because that was entirely all on Phil deciding not to fucking date himself and telling everyone else, apparently, it seems, that was not the case.
Have any kind of positive interaction with me. But
oh, Phil says positive, hooray.
Burger?
You were really the first person who got that out of nowhere, and I am sorry because I did not know that would happen to you.
We can talk about that. So one of the things for me is, you remember when we had like a half-hearted idea, we're gonna play Monster Hunter or whatever, right?
Oh, here we go. Here we fucking go. I wonder where else will go.
Sure,
Back in the
yeah.
day. I'm gonna be honest. I've never expected you to commit to that for even a minute. I don't know what I would have done if you showed up and you're like, yeah, let's play Monster Hunter, because you never commit to anything like that ever. You don't interact with other people. So for me, it was just kind of like, okay, well, he's not gonna do it. I was really surprised when you even played the demo for that game.
Right.
But the reason why I wanted to stop having any sort of associating with you, a lot of people are under the impression that you have me here to launder your image, to make it seem like.
Wow.
That's what I was being told last night. And people say,
Well, Phil definitely wanted to try and, well, going by Phil's own narrative, he was hoping to try and fucking retcon the situation from back in the day, and as to why I couldn't collaborate with these fucking content creators back in the day. It was like, oh, Phil would never stop because the detractors and haters stopped it from happening. Phil was the one that decided not to fucking take. He decided to walk away from that.
they're going to say. But one thing is, with the Monster Hunter World thing, a lot of the...
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you to today's bingo card picker Emeroid for the super chat, who says, here is a spoon for Phil.
Spoons, eh? I'm sorry?
I might need to shorten that just to fucking the last bit. I might need to shorten that sound file just so it's the very last bit. I think that's what I'll do for future, I think. Bloody hell. Every time I hear it though, it just reminds me of Fawlty Towers. Fawlty Towers is a fucking goated comedy show. If you've never seen fucking Fawlty Towers, it's fucking, I'll highly recommend. It won't take long, it only lasted 2 seasons. It's like 14 episodes. But yeah, then Phil, spoons for Phil. And by the way, apparently Phil's chat is not very pleased right now with Tolomayo. How did we get here? A boy, a false flag conspiracy. We want to thank him. What the fuck? This is very boring. Stop insisting. Would he thank someone who harassed him all his life? What the fuck's going on here? This is so stupid. Call your parents more than once a year, Philip. That's a fucking brutal comment there. People are wrong about others in chat all the time. There's nothing wrong. Phil didn't know to the extent. I'll give him that. Phil isn't a monster. Derek is gone. That's all that matters. What the fuck kind of breakdown is this? They wanted to hurt Phil. Phil, are you interviewing him or is he interviewing you? Oh, some of these comments are juicy as fuck. Okay, let's not waste too much more time. We're behind by 26 minutes, but let's just fucking keep cooking here. Let's get back to the bingo and let's enjoy this. Yeah, who's interviewing you here? Who's in charge of this fucking interview? Who fucking knows?
But one thing is, with the Monster Hunter World thing, a lot of the acrimony I was receiving from your side of things is because you were apparently saying Tolomayo doesn't like this game. I'm not playing it because even Tolomayo doesn't think it's good. And so you should have known better than to say stuff like that, because what do you think is going to happen, right?
Oh, there it is. Tolomayo remembers, it seems. Because Phil did run his mouth, and this is not some out of context detractor shenanigans. Oh, no. This was Phil putting words in Tolomayo's mouth, and Tolomayo was super fucking pissed. And Phil's like, oh shit, I don't remember this. I'll tell you this right now. Phil did not expect this to go this way. I think Phil was hoping for a brief little catch up, and then Phil could fucking try and rewrite history, and Tolomayo just fucking nod his head and say absolutely.
Yeah.
And granted, to be fair to you, I didn't bring this up when I told you that because I thought you were going to go and say, blame it on the detractors. And then I didn't trust you to keep it on the down low, right? But the reason was because you said that, people were coming in saying that you said the reason you were not playing Monster Hunter World was because of me. And I'm like, okay, normally in a normal relationship with another person, that's not the end of the world, but I felt you should have more sense because you know how people are going to react when you say things like that about other people. Does that make sense?
Oh, no, that totally makes sense. That is something that sadly in my past I had a big problem with is, even though, I'm trying to remember, because obviously now it's like 7 years ago, and I'm trying to actually remember from my perspective why I thought that you didn't like Monster Hunter World. I can't remember if I saw you stream it or if you had just said that, but it's like...
It was the end game. Tolomayo had a problem with the end game of Monster Hunter, but you extrapolated that as to him not liking the whole game. And so you put words in his fucking mouth.
In reality, like you saw, I played the demo, and the reason that I didn't play it is because when I streamed the demo, my viewers hated it. They were like...
That's because you were playing with randoms from your chat, dude. Like, they were...
Yeah.
Like, right. Oh, man. Oof. That was...
They even knew more than me. Like, I didn't know anything about Monster Hunter. I was just trying to learn it on the fly. The only time I had played Monster Hunter before then was like one of the 3DS ones, and it was playing by myself, so I really didn't know what the hell I was doing then either. But you're right. I shouldn't have. I don't distinctly remember how I said it. I remember saying it. Now that you're bringing this up, I totally remember that I'd said that. And more than likely, you're right. It was me kind of justifying not playing the game. and saying, well, not only did you guys not like it in the demo, but also Tolomayo doesn't like it, right?
You were kind of throwing me under the bus.
Oh boy, apparently, so Sonny's got a spoiler from the future. DSP's face is not a happy camper. Well, camper, but yeah, I assume camper. You know what I'm going to do? I don't usually do this. I'm going to pause alerts, and I'm going to let this cook. I don't want to pause this. I want to just enjoy this with you guys. Let's just let this cook, okay? I've got alerts on pause. Let's just fucking let this cook, okay? And let's just fucking enjoy the show. No interruptions, no. For this segment anyway, I feel like it's gonna be worth our while just to enjoy it, and I'll only pause if I feel like I need to fucking scream about something.
Right, and that's my fault, and I apologize for that. I do. I used to do shit like that. That's my fault. You know, misspeaking. I did the same thing. I'll fess up here. I used to do the same thing with my friend John Rambo back in the day. Where
It's a very nice cat, by the way. How's he doing?
he's doing good. Jasper Kitty, jumping up on the chair here, and at the same time that he's on the screen. Cool.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. John Rambo, you were talking about that.
Yeah, no, you know, the same thing happened with him, where there was a situation with John Rambo where we were doing a project together, and someone had commented on one of my videos and said, you know, John Rambo's the best part of the show. We don't like you. We don't like the other guys who were in it. We only like John Rambo. And I took offense to that. And instead of being like, you know what, who cares? What do? I open my big mouth and I say something dumb. And I say, you know, when you say that, you're insulting everyone involved with the project, because it's not just John Rambo who's on the project. It's me and it's the crew and it's all of this. And of course, what happens is John Rambo's like, dude, why'd you say that? Because now it sounds like you're discrediting me. If someone likes what I'm doing on the show, why are you talking shit?
Okay, so much for letting him fucking cook. I can't. No, hold on. That is not what fucking happened. Oh my fucking god, no. You were so upset that John Rambo was getting all the fucking praise for his fucking role and his performance in the fucking show, and your fucking fragile little ego could not handle that. So you had to fucking make a special video and go, you know those scenes? You know the scene where you're praising John Rambo and you're saying John Rambo's the best part of the show and it's your favourite scene? Guess what? I wrote that fucking scene. So you're demanding praise and fucking respect from your fucking audience because you wrote a particular scene, apparently, that John Rambo had a very impressively funny part in. And it's like, it was sheer cringe. I was like, what the fuck, Phil? And it's like, how you can't fucking let your friend receive a whole bunch of fucking plaudits and fucking accolades for their role and their part in the fucking show. You fucking, it's not. I need to make this about me. Phil Burnell has to make this all about Phil Burnell.
And acting, you know what I mean? Like, I do have a bad habit of bringing that kind of shit up. Like, why am I bringing you up? For my reason that I'm not playing Monster Hunter World. I'm not playing it because, number one, I don't know how to play it. I played it with, like you said, with people from my moderators and stuff, and no one really liked it, and I should have just left it at that. So I apologize to you that you got any kind of negative clapback at all for the stuff that I said and did. Again, never my intention. I still feel awful about it to this day. You know, you're a really cool guy. Well, for the times that we had those interactions, we were hanging out. It was a blast. I love being on your stream and talking with you when you were playing a game. I liked it when you would come by my stuff from time to time. I honestly like the prospect of us having interaction. For example, you coached me during my playthrough of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. You actually like helped me with my dual wield build because I didn't understand how the mechanics of how that would work. And I remember you had told me all about it. And then I started doing it and I was like, wow, this is awesome. You know, and then I remember at one point we were talking that maybe we would do a run where I do like a crazy challenge run and I would summon you in and stuff like that. And that stuff, to me, like in 2017, this was like exciting ideas because I had always been an isolated guy, just like you just said.
Basically, it felt like Phil had a friend again, and Phil's happy because it's the very first fucking friend he might have fucking made since John Rambo. A random internet acquaintance, essentially. And Phil's like, this is like my first fucking friend again. I might have made a friend today, and all the while, Tolomayo's like, yeah, this guy's fucking cringe. He's fucking Dead Souls, whatever, Dark Souls. Like, what the fuck? Well, all this is doing is highlighting your social inadequacies, if I lack a better way to phrase it, you know. And it's like, there's nothing wrong. By the way, there's nothing wrong with people who prefer to just kind of not have as big a social circle as other people would want them to have. You know what I mean? Each to their own in that regard. But it's just the fact that Phil's trying to fucking pretend he's something he's not, if that makes sense. Like, it's like Phil's not aware of how cringe-inducingly awkward this is, where he felt like he had a friend when that was not the case here.
DSP doesn't work with anyone. DSP doesn't do crossover content. He just sits there and does his own shit, right? But I was seriously considering, you know, doing stuff. We had talked about another collab. I'm sure we're going to get to it here. There was going to be a collab we were going to do with other people that fell apart. Thankfully, thank God.
Yeah, thankfully.
We'll talk about that in a sec. But sure. But you know, there was potential there. I saw the potential for a crossover. I did. I was serious.
Did Tolomayo not do anything? I assume they're referring to Chaotic. Did Tolomayo not do anything with Chaotic after all? Because originally it was meant to be Tolomayo, Chaotic, and DSP, but DSP said no. But I assumed that Tolomayo and Chaotic still did things together because I thought those two were quite. I don't know. I'm not very clued up on Tolomayo's history, but I guess we'll learn a bit more.
Considering it, and then basically you know, I got a little flaky about it, you know, because I didn't know if it was going to work or not. And then basically all the shit happened with, you know, haters going over it. And, you know, I guess it was based off of what you're saying, that I had said that you didn't like Monster Hunter World. And they, of course, tried to spin that into a big negative for you.
No, we didn't spin any fucking shit. You put words in Tolomayo's fucking mouth, and it pissed him the fuck off.
And you ended up taking a lot of shit for it. Again, same thing with John Rambo.
Okay. I mean, what do you think people are going to say when you say this person is the reason I'm not playing this game you want to see? They didn't have to spin it. What you said was enough, right?
Yeah, and that's because I'm dumb. That's because I'm really dumb.
Tolomayo's like, Phil was doing his absolute fucking best to not take responsibility for pissing off Tolomayo. Tolomayo's doing his best to point out and say, Phil, you had said this dumb fucking thing, and that annoyed me. And Phil's trying to fucking spin it back and say, oh, you got all this shit and flack from people or whatever, you know what I mean? And they spun it this way. And it's like, no, Phil, you said it. You said the fucking words. And your excuse is, I'm dumb.
You know, I'm trying to get better. You know, now we're 7 years later, and I really feel like I have gotten a lot better at that kind of shit. I'm careful about what I say and do, or I try to be careful, but I'm certainly not perfect, and I still make mistakes, but that's on me. And I'm really sorry for that. I really am, man.
Alrighty, well, I appreciate it. I just want to touch on something you said, though.
Go ahead.
With Dark Souls 2, this is the first time we've spoken, right? Like in any sort of voice capacity, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I think we chatted in each other's chats and stuff back and forth.
I don't want it to, because I know, like, one of the things about the Souls runs is people want to see you fail, straight up. It's funny. So you would come into my stream and ask me, like, what build, and I'd be saying, I'll just use dual wield with these rings or whatever. So I think calling it coaching is a little bit more than it was. I would have.
Oh, wait a second. Did Phil try and... Hold on. So Tolomayo never actually did proper coaching for Phil. He just basically... Like, Phil asked one question, what sort of build's that? And... Like Tolomayo was like responding in chat or on a stream, it's a dual wield build. That's it, it's a dual wield build. So Tolomayo just like saying briefly, very quickly, this is a dual wield build. Phil has extrapolated that brief, minute interaction into pretending that he had private specialist coaching from Tolomayo in playing Dark Souls. What? I didn't hear this again, I'm rewinding, I'm sorry.
Is people want to see you fail, straight up. It's funny. So you would come into my stream and ask me, like, what build, and I'd be saying, I'll just use dual wield with these rings or whatever. So I think calling it coaching is a little bit more than it was. I would have, like, if you said, Tolomayo, I want to do a Bloodborne level 4 run, I think that would have been content. I think, you want to know what my favorite video of yours is?
Dude, what's that?
Can you guess?
Well, if we're talking about me being a complete buffoon in, like, Souls games, the biggest clip of that is the one where I was on the cliff, and I said, oh, I'm finally starting to get the hang of this, I'm liking this, and I walked right off the cliff and died immediately.
For me, it was your Lightning Returns unboxing video. The one.
Everyone says that. Everyone.
Fire alarm in the background for 13 minutes. You know why it was going off? Because that video was fire. You need to make more shit like that. I want bacon grease in the toilet, Phil. That's what the people want. Oh, that's what the people want.
I know. That was back in the day. It was like anything goes, right? Like you could film a turd and people would like it. It was like, you know, that's what it was. It was like train wreck shit.
Fun fact, real quick. I know I'm interrupting a lot, but
no,
this is relevant.
Go ahead.
One of the people that came to my Discord from yours was a guy who posted himself, like, he would shit in the toilet and posted in my Discord, like, look what I did today.
Oh.
So, are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Mausolus10?
No.
That's another person who arrived at my stream because of our past interaction, where he believed that he could utilize the psychic plane to invade anyone's dreams because he was a product of MK Ultra, and the only thing that protected me from his dream assaults was my dog protected me in the dreamscape. And he would threaten random viewers with "stay out of the grass" for the next 3 weeks. He would call black people red guards from Skyrim. What? And I'm like, yeah, this is the DSP everyman. This is their guy. So God. I ended up banning him because he'd say like the fucked up shit about red guards. But I'm just curious if you were familiar with that name.
No, I mean,
and that came from Phil's audience at the time.
Can you understand why I've been in the game for 16 years and I've never had like a public Discord or anything? Like, you see why I don't want to deal with this shit?
Oh, that maybe what's causing the fucking echo then, because I forgot about that. Sonny's saying the echo is caused by the dual mics with DSP using the TV sound to hear Tolo. That's right, he's not wearing headphones. He's using his gaming PC, and that's hooked up to his television, remember? So that's how Phil's hearing the fucking responses from Tolomayo, because it's on his television blasting away at him. So that's why it's a fucking echo, because his microphones are picking up the TV echoes, and that sometimes gets too fucking loud. Especially this fucking microphone here, to this fucking side is closer to the TV. But fucking hell. But yeah, Phil, professional setup. He's super fucking professional, don't you guys know?
It's like, oh my God.
Some of it's funny though. If you lean into it, it's funny. You just
Wow.
gotta you just gotta stop being so serious, you know?
No, and listen, you don't know this. I definitely have. Like in these last couple of months, I've actually done collabs. I've been on different shows. I did a public interview yesterday for Cultaholic Wrestling. I've been on this Kino Casino show over on Kick where they do basically drama videos and shit. And they used to make fun of me, and then I was on and they liked me, and they're like, oh, this is cool. How we did a co-op react to a documentary about another YouTuber. We did gameplay. We actually did co-op gameplay, and that game chained together. And I'm looking to branch out and do different shit now. I'm older now. I'm 42 years old. I've mellowed out. I don't care about people talking shit about me. I don't care about this insignificant shit. I just want to have fun with an audience. I just want to make fun content for people. I don't care about this nonsense anymore.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
The things that I'm concerned about are the real detractors. The ones that are really out there, crazy obsessed, want to hurt me and my family. But outside of that, dude, I've mellowed out a lot. I'm not Mr. Serious, fucking stick up my butt anymore. I'm tired of being like that, quite frankly. You get to a point, it's like, dude, what's the point with this shit, right? So, yeah, that's true. Sarah in the chat just said, I had a fan for years who, he's the nicest guy in the chat, but now I found out that the guy's basically like a pedophile. Like,
Derek? So this is Phil. Phil, of his own volition, seems to have brought up Derek. What the hell?
he's got all this shit on his YouTube channel and stuff. It's disgusting. And I tried to be nice to the guy for the longest time because he would never break the rules. He would never do anything wrong in my chat. But then everyone kind of campaigned to get him banned. And then finally, I got convinced by these people I was doing a collab with to get rid of him. And I was like, I guess, this is the kind of people that get involved in these communities. Like, dude, it's weird. The internet's a
How
weird
do you have to be
place.
convinced? What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that?
Oh, he's been pressed on it. He's been pressed on the issue. How did he be convinced? Oh, fuck me. I do apologise for pausing, but I cannot help myself. Tolomayo, you are doing wonderful work right now. The fact that you've got the ability to actually press on these matters where he wouldn't normally... He's not used to this. He's not used to Phil thinks it's normal. Remember, Phil, we covered this yesterday by random chance. We covered the Kino Casino stuff where Noel was there and they basically turned it into an intervention to get Phil to ban Derek, And Phil done it. But he didn't do it because it was the right thing to do. He still doesn't understand why it was the right thing to do. He was pressured and basically blackmailed into getting rid of Derek because the Kino Casino guy's friend to withdraw his support, essentially, if Phil would not do this. And it's like, Phil's like, it makes me sad.
Sure. Listen, it's not like I have any problem kicking, a pedophile out of my community. The problem is, this is someone who has absolutely never shown that in any of my streams or content. Like, I wouldn't even know about this.
But Phil, you did. You don't fucking pretend for a fucking second you were not fucking aware of what Derek was fucking like. You were told time and time and time again for a decade. You don't get to fucking pretend you were blissfully unaware of what Derek was fucking doing.
If my detractors hadn't stalked this guy, like apparently they went to his social media, they went to his YouTube channel, they went to private playlists. I don't know because
It wasn't a private playlist. How the fuck? How in the absolute goddamn fuck are we going to get into anyone's private fucking playlists? These were publicly accessible playlists on his fucking channel. Oh you fucking cunt.
literally have never seen it. I don't want to see it, right? I don't want to be involved with that shit. But, I start hearing from detractors, oh, this guy is this guy is that. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm not a guy who's going to micromanage and stalk every one of my fans because someone says something negative about them, right? So it was like my philosophy, listen, I'm not your dad. I'm not your fucking parent. I'm not the cops. I shouldn't be, going to everyone's social media to see what you're into in your private life and shit. I really don't care.
By the way, I'm counting this as him mocking his chat, I think, because he's... Is it really fair to call us mocking chat? Because Derek is no longer a part of his chat anymore. So, maybe not.
Just don't bring it to my content. I want to know nothing about it. But
Okay, so I have a few problems with that.
All right, fine.
The thing about that is like, yeah, you shouldn't be stalking people, but in this instance, it sounded like they were doing you a favor. They're saying there's someone who's into like little kids. Like, that's giving you that's not stalking someone and being unreasonable. If someone says like this person has pedophilic tendencies, you should probably ban them from your chat. You got to think of like, what if they're DMing other people in your chat? What if they're doing shit behind the scenes? I think you as a content creator, streamer, however you want to style yourself, has a responsibility to the people who pay your bills to protect them from people like that. I think that if it took you a long time from when they first told you to you banning them, that's a pretty big moral failing in my opinion.
Yes, and it did take a long time. Now let's watch Phil pretend he didn't fucking know about it until the Kino Casino interview.
The way I see it, and listen, I'm not going to disagree with you. Okay, I'm not. The way I see it is, this is a guy who, I would argue, was probably about a year and a half, 2 years, was in chat and never caused a problem. And I didn't know any of this shit. And then all of a sudden, where do you hear it from? Am I hearing it from trusted people? No, I'm hearing it from, like, my detractors are coming in and trolling the guy. And by the way, this is not the only guy. They do this with a lot of my viewers. This just happened to be, like, a bad offender. Like, they'll make fun of my viewers for dumb shit, too. This is a really bad
pedophilia. This is different. You can take 5 minutes to check the validity of this, right?
Well, again, that's a big step. For me, that's a big step because you're saying now that any time that one of my detractors comes in and says, hey, just so you know, this person's doing something bad. Now I'm supposed to just believe them and go check on every single person? Because what happens is when you give these people an inch, they take a mile. So the first time it happens and I entertain it and I take the step, now it's going to happen to the next person and the next, and they're never going to give up. They're just going to do it literally to every person. And eventually it's going to be bullshit. It's going to be, this isn't serious. They're just doing it now to get attention because they realized they got me to react the first time. But I agree with you now.
The first time was a legitimate thing though, right?
But now I know it was. I didn't know it was at first. It took a lot of convincing from a lot of different people. And in fact, I had to personally, behind the scenes, apologize to a couple of people who were
False out behind the scenes.
Burger.
There we go. Very strong bingo card, by the way. As I said, we have 2 free spaces as things stand, which means we're 3 away from a full house.
convincing from a lot of different people. And in fact, I had to personally, behind the scenes, apologize to a couple of people who were not detractors, who did recently tell me about this guy. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to give those haters that satisfaction.
How dare we fucking be right? Yeah. Why not fucking deal with having a fucking creepy little bastard like Derek in your stream? It's like, no, I can't touch Derek. It means those mentally ill motherfuckers that make fun of me all the time would have been correct. And we can't have that. Phil would rather have had a goddamn creepy little bastard like Derek in his stream being a fucking creepy little bastard than fucking have us be right. He would rather protect a paedophile than be wrong and have us be right. There's where Phil's moral fucking compass is right there.
That they think that I'm just gonna take action because they say something about it.
But that literally doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the alternative is what? He's a pedophile and you don't ban him, and that you're sticking it to the detractors that way? They would probably be like, okay, well, we don't like Phil, we don't like that he asked for so much money, but when it comes to serious issues like this, he's, you know, because you gotta stop thinking about these hypotheticals. Ultimately, you said previously, should I check every time one person says something about my viewers? But before you said that, you told me just now that a lot of people were telling you about Derek, right?
At one point, yes, very recently, and that's actually when I
No, not just recently. Not just recently, for a decade. This has been going on for a goddamn fucking decade, Phil. Don't you fucking pretend it's a recent goddamn fucking thing.
got rid of them.
Okay, so, I don't know, I just think if you're going to have the audacity to go in and, like, let's face it, like, streaming's pretty cushy in a lot of ways. If you're asking people for money, you should do right by them, and I think that doing right by them means not allowing actual child predators to just freely roam the chat, right?
For the record, I don't even know if it's like fully true. I just know people have told me.
Oh my fucking god. So Phil, in that case then, why did you ban them? If you weren't sure if it was true? You didn't verify the information that has been given to you? You didn't check for yourself the accusations? We just banned them because Kino said, oh, this is bad. I want to remind everyone once more. Tolomayo did not bring up Derek. Phil Burnell, of his own volition, brought up Derek and invited this fucking shit show of a storm coming his way.
I didn't go deep into looking into this guy's stuff. And for the record, because I know you probably don't know this, there's no DMs on YouTube. There's no way this guy could have like reached out and tried to stalk or harass people through my channel. Unlike Twitch, where definitely that can happen, and there's evidence it happens all the time.
Derek was on Twitch at the time. When Phil was on Twitch, Derek was on Twitch.
YouTube, it's just, you know, it's like a comment system. So this guy, to my knowledge, was not ever taking anything that he did in his private life and putting it onto my stream, my viewers or other people in the community. In fact, again, the only reason I knew about this is because supposedly my detractors went deep into his shit to find it, and then when they found it, they threw it in my face like it's my fault, right? Oh, you have a follower who's a fucking pedophile. How dare you not take action? I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, why are you bothering me with this shit? You know?
Then we're fucking so you don't know what we're talking about. We're trying to tell you what we're talking about, and you're saying, no, I'm not gonna fucking bother with this shit. So you actively chose to ignore all the evidence being presented to you because we were detractors. You are not doing yourself any favors here.
Oh, but then after a while, you hear more and more people talk about it, and that's why, yes, you know, finally when you have enough people like they're all confirming it, all right, now I gotta take action because it's true. But my issue with it, now I understand. But my issue with it was I was afraid that if you give these people an inch, they will keep taking the mile and keep pushing the envelope with every person in chat, with every person who ever supported me. And then, by the way, for the record, this guy didn't even support me. He never even gave $1. He never.
Phil, he stole his mother's credit card to support you on Twitch. He has made content for your channels over the years. He's made artwork for your channels. He's made tier makers for your channels, which you've used. And yeah, he was a big long-term fan of yours. You were an inspiration to him, Phil. So, think. You inspired him, and look what it turned out to be. I'm not saying it's your fucking fault, but I'm thinking that, I think he saw something in you which resonated in him.
Became a paid member, nothing. He was just the chatter, like a casual guy there. But fair enough. I've certainly heard this from so many people. You're just the next person to correct me on this issue. And, you know, from now on, when I hear of serious shit like this going on, I absolutely will look into it and address it, because I agree with you. The safety of the community is more important than, you know, oh, the detractor's got to one up on me.
Yeah, because like you said, that one of the things you said in our DMs is you feel like you're on a redemption arc, right? Like you're trying to go on a redemption arc and prove that people were wrong about you, yeah?
I'm not that I'm trying to prove people are wrong. I'm trying to improve. Like, I know that I've made problems. I've had problems. I've had bad behavior. I'm trying to be better now. And I want people to know that. I want people to know that this is not the old Phil who's just going to sit here isolated, not talk to anyone, be a fucking, you know, stupid, big-headed idiot, not take criticism, not improve for the better. I want to be the better person. That's one of the reasons why I have you on today. I wanted the kind of conversation we're having right now to happen. This is exactly the reason why I wanted you on, because...
I'm pressing X to get out that one. Phil had Tolomayo on, hoping that Tolomayo would not remember too much about the fucking history they had. Because Phil was determined, you saw, Phil made a special video yesterday, and he was determined to try and fucking paint it in a way where the detractors fucking stopped Phil from having a collaboration with Tolomayo back in the fucking day. It was the damn dirty detractors that stopped Phil from interacting with other content creators, and so it took this long for Phil to finally expand. You know, he was hoping for some detractor slamming session, and Tolomayo, it just seems like, yeah, he's actually, Tolomayo remembers. You know, he's not letting Phil fucking try to rewrite history.
I need to have honest conversations with people to improve and move forward in my life.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but having a conversation and following through on it, two different things, right? Because I will say to you, like, you've never done anything to me personally aside from the Monster Hunter thing. Like, you've been polite and respectful in basically all of our interactions. So I'm sorry if this comes off as, you know, I'm not trying to be aggressive towards you, but I think if you're going to talk about wanting to be better, then you need to, like, accept that you really fucked up on a lot of places, because that's a huge fucking, that's a bad mistake. Letting it, like, if one person is just consistently saying, like, everyone in the chat's a pedophile, whatever, but if you have multiple people, you, like, within the next few hours, you should see that. Because what if, you know, what if you're wrong? What if your assumptions about, like, not being able to get in contact with people, what if they run, like, I don't know if you still have the King of Hate forum, what if they were in a Discord or something? And
Phil does indeed have the forum still, but it's not called the King of Hate anymore. Phil rebranded it to dspgaming.com.
people like that, they're a cancer. You need to get rid of them immediately, even if they're not bringing it in to your stream, because it's not about, I mean, like the way you say it, it's like if they're part of your stream and not bringing it in, it just sounds like you're saying it's okay for people to be that way, and I don't think that's right.
That's what Phil was exactly saying. Remember when Phil was pressed on, like, Hitler? Using Phil's logic, Hitler would be a welcome part of the community on Phil's channel, because as long as he fucking doesn't do all those awful things on stream, that's perfectly fine. As long as Hitler obeys the rules of the stream chat, then it's all fair game for Phil. If he keeps those nasty kind of tendencies that he has outside, yeah, Phil, this is not all good luck for you. And no wonder Phil's chat's freaking out. Their beloved fucking DSP is getting fucking taken to task by this random old acquaintance of Phil's.
No, of course that's not what I'm saying.
I know, but that's the way you're describing it comes off that way a little bit.
I guess here's the question I think every content creator has to face is, to what extent is your
sorry, was that a burp?
Every content creator has to face is, to what extent is your responsibility as a creator to vet or control your audience? Do you even do that, or do you only do it when something comes to your attention? You know what I mean? Like, this is something new.
If you're told by someone, look, this person does something weird about him, whatever, there's something off of him, this thing's happened or whatever, then it's your responsibility to look at the evidence that's available at your disposal and take action on said evidence, if there is evidence. You know? If I was ever told myself about, you know, somebody within, you know, the chat, you know, and I was told things, I wouldn't just automatically assume it's fucking true, but I wouldn't fucking ignore it either. I can't take action on that because that means that the didn't history. Phil would be right. Phil would win if I took action against somebody in my chat, and fuck off.
Do for me. This was the first case, honestly, where, you know, people stepped up and said something about someone in my audience, and it was like something really serious. It's not someone, they're making fun of someone for something stupid. This was something serious, and, you know, I just didn't know how to handle it, quite frankly.
Okay, so I have something uncomfortable to ask you then.
Okay.
So you've been apologizing, but I think this is gonna sound weird, but I think if someone does the legwork to find out you have an actual predator in your chat and alerts you of that fact, you should thank them for doing that for you, because they're, even if it's not necessarily their stated intended goal from the beginning of it, they're doing you a favor, and you should be grateful that even if it didn't start with the best of intentions, you should be a big enough man to say, you know what, I don't like you fuckers, but this time you did me a service, you did people in the chat a service, and I think that you deserve commendation for that, basically. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and to some extent, this has happened over the years as well with other things. For example, there was this time. Actually, it was actually around the same time that we were having interactions. Now that I'm thinking about it, where there was this couple. Listen to this story. I don't know if you've heard this story before.
I know this one. They mentioned me during this.
Oh, did they?
On Kiwi Farms, yeah.
So yeah, there was this couple who were, I guess they were like in Europe or something, and they were catfishers, and they would impersonate women on the internet and pretend to be escorts, and they would create these giant overblown stories and harass people with these stories in an attempt to extort them and try to get like money out of them and shit. And they had tried to do this to me apparently, but it didn't work on me because I was already so hated on the internet and shit. I didn't care about my reputation or whatever. I just told everyone, listen, it's bullshit, right? I'm telling you it's bullshit. I don't have to tell you nothing else because it's all made up. It's all fantasy. And that's how I handled it, and no one really cared in my community, but it was my stalkerish style detractors who looked into the situation and found out who these people were and posted it up all over Kiwi Farms and exposed them. And, you know, so out of, you know, all these times that these people do these things, right? There are some times, absolutely, that good things come out of it. That was definitely one case. The Derek thing is definitely one case. But again,
making sure you fucking pay taxes you weren't fucking paying is also another case.
Like, that's 2 drops in a bucket of, you know, shit that they do. That it's like 2 positives out of 5 zillion negatives, and it's hard for me to really give credit with the other awful things they've said, they've done, they've heard. You know, again, the extent of it is so ridiculous. I don't want to talk about it because when you talk about it, you're giving them attention. That's what they want, right?
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Right?
Sure.
But I hear what you're saying. Yes, in this case, these are situations where even though the intention was negative, something positive came out of it. And I think they should know that you know, they should be credited with those times. But overall, does it justify their overall years of complete harassment and stalkerish behavior just because twice they got something that was like a positive out of it? I don't know. Like, I am thankful for the fact that they have exposed these things.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I'm gonna interrupt you really quickly. I feel like I've heard the opposite part of this too, where when you do something good and people are like, oh man, Phil actually knocked it out of the park, you feel like they only focus on the negatives, right? Like they won't acknowledge when you do a good thing. So I feel like they would say the exact same thing about you. That you just...
It's an excellent fucking point, to be fair. Well, yeah, that's a fantastic fucking comeback. Well, wants other fucking people to do a thing, but it's a great fucking point.
It's just like listening to the other side of the fucking argument right now for me. And you would say that they would say that maybe Phil did good this time, that time, whatever, but does it justify like the WWE champions or whatever the fuck else they're mad about with you, excuse me. So I don't know, man. I don't know, you just got to give credit when credit's due, because you kind of expect to be commended when you do something good, right? Like you say, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, I made this mistake, that mistake, and I've gotten better. And if you can't have it just be a one-way thing, right? You can't expect people.
And I mean, personally speaking, I can only speak for myself, of course, but I think I am kind of fair sometimes when it comes to Phil. When Phil, I feel, has done something which is commendable, which is very rare, of course, because it's fucking Phil, but I will often give praise when I feel it is due, you know? I will often do that, I feel like. I know sometimes I'm quite aggressive towards him, you know what I mean, because he's a fucking toxic piece of shit, you know what I mean, but I will feel as well that, you know, I will speak up and say, hey, that was actually not bad when it merits it or whatever, you know, so yeah. And Sonny's asking how far are we behind? We're behind by about 32 minutes. I cannot, I keep pausing, I know, I want to let him cook, but I keep pausing because it is so, this is good, but yeah. We'll try and let him cook.
People just ignore all of your fuck-ups and only focus on commending you for the positives and not give the other side the same courtesy, yeah?
Yeah, I think, all right, how about this? Because I think someone in the chat just said it in a good way. Expecting Phil to worship people who hate him is unreasonable. I agree with that statement, but that's not what Tolo is saying. He's not saying worship the people. He's saying give credit where credit is due, right? And in this case, in those particular situations, yes, I think credit is due. But I also, the reason that I don't give credit is because I have all the other shit going on at the same time. That's why. You know, it would be one thing if I hadn't had years of systematic harassment, my family members, my business, all stalked, all being hurt constantly behind the scenes. Then I probably would be more open, right? And that's what it is. Like, now I've been on the defensive for so goddamn long. But that's why, Tolo, I really appreciate you being honest in our interview today, because this is the kind of shit I need to hear. This is the shit I don't hear, and I need to hear, because I can't.
Let's do this then. Are you willing to thank people for taking care of the Derek situation and taking care of the catfishing situation? You're not busy now. We're having this conversation, so are you comfortable saying that? I'm not asking you to worship people. You don't have to like them. Right. But if you want people to look past their misgivings with you, you have to do the same. And you have to acknowledge when people actually do something that's positive, because it could have gone a whole nother way. Like, if they really wanted to ruin your life to the extent that you think, they may have tried to embolden someone like Derek and enable him and get him in a position where he'd be able to cause real harm to your community. But they didn't. That makes sense, right?
It makes sense, but you're coming at it from an angle, and I get it, because that's the perspective you're seeing. My perspective is the reason that they didn't is because they wanted to pin it on me. Like, they wanted to say, you see, Phil has this guy in his community, and that's, you know, that's on him. You know what I mean? And so, but you know what? You're right. I will publicly right now say to anyone out there, because I actually don't know the people who were involved doing it. I don't go on Kiwi Farms and study accounts and shit. I don't have any interaction with you. To those of you out there who, even if you don't like me, those of you who have done me a solid, who have done these kind of things, exposing that ridiculous catfish, right? Taking care, well, not taking care, but exposing the truth about the Derek situation. Thank you for that, because those are things that help the community, that help me. And I do appreciate that because, you know, for me, I'm just a dude sitting here streaming all day. I don't really go outside of, like Tolo has even said here. It's rare when I would go outside of my comfort zone to explore into these regions, these realms of this shit going down. So I don't even know what to believe half the time, right? You know, I've heard that about Derek for about a year. I heard that about Derek, and I was like, I don't know what to believe because I always hear it from detractors, and it wasn't until I started getting corroboration.
He's fucking given a timestamp now. He heard it for a year, apparently. We've been, by the way, full disclosure, it's been like a decade. Derek's my creepy little bastard for the longest fucking time. Almost a fucking decade. But now Phil was given an actual timestamp, an indication. So he's known for a year, so he ignored it for a year until Casino essentially threatened to basically withdraw support.
From other people, they're saying, well, we looked into it and we seen it too. Oh shit. So now I made a big mistake because I just immediately dismissed what the detractors were saying rather than giving it any kind of merit because it was from the detractors. When I started hearing it from other people, then I start to believe it. Next thing you know, oh, it's actually true. Shit. I should have taken it.
But Phil, you heard it from Brian as well. Several fucking, like weeks before you fucking talked to Noel and Casino, you heard it from Brian. And you ignored him as well. Did you not trust Brian as a source?
Action sooner. That's on me. I apologize for my lack of action faster, and I apologize for not giving credit where credit is due. Thank you to those who have actually done the solid rather than, like Tolo suggested, tried to make it worse. Thing is, that's not everyone, but for those of you who are involved with that shit, I do appreciate that.
All right. I think in the future though, you should not qualify it at the end like that. You should just maybe a couple people, or you're thinking a couple people unjustly. Who gives a shit, right? Like it doesn't matter. It just makes it seem like a little more forced when you add the little bit at the end there. But we don't have to keep talking about this.
Dude, the conversation could go any way you want. I just wanted to have you on to shoot the shit. Like I said, this is a situation where it's a conversation that could go in a lot of different directions, and it's fine as long as people are enjoying it or we're getting something out of it. I'm fully cool with you being honest about this stuff. I am, because like you said, you're an outsider. It's good to get an outsider's perspective, right?
I mean, kind of. I've watched some of the earlier This Is How You Don't Play stuff. I've watched a good bit of it, but I don't know if I'd say I'm entirely an outsider because I've had dealings with you before. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, I guess another thing I was curious about is people were in my chat last night said that you said that I was the one who wanted to be on the podcast rather than you inviting me.
Oh, that's not true at all. Never said that once.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Again, with every time that these people say something that's true, there's also a big massive bullshit that comes.
I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. I can't mind because, well, Tolo had to like confirm if it was 24-hour notice, because of his schedule, whatever. I don't know. Hold on. What was he claim? What was he claim?
One who wanted to be on the podcast rather than you inviting me. People were in my chat last night said that you said that I was the one who wanted to be on the podcast rather than you inviting me.
What? I mean, Nidhogg says play the tape. What tape would that be? Would that be the 7-minute video that Phil made saying, hey, guess what? Tolomayo's coming on? Or one of the previous videos where Phil is hinting at a guest being on? I'm not sure exactly what it is, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, to me, it's a moot point. Like, who fucking cares, you know what I mean? It's not the biggest fucking deal, that's not the biggest fucking issue in my opinion.
Oh, that's not true at all. Never said that once. Okay. Absolutely not. Again, with every time that these people say something that's true, there's also a big massive bullshit that comes with it. And so you gotta kind of like pick through the shit to get to the nugget with these people. I'm sure they said 5 million things in your chat last night that were complete bullshit. But no, absolutely not. I wanted to have you on. I wanted to talk about our that interactions that we had in 2017 through the air about what had happened there. To be fair, I had completely forgotten about the comments that I had made about you in Monster Hunter World, so I'm glad that that's been cleared up now because now I remember, right? And this is not me trying to get you on here to make my image look better. I could give 2 shits about that. It's just having a real conversation with someone about this kind of stuff. I feel like I didn't know it was going to go this way, what we were talking about today, but I'm totally cool with anything. I'm so open to doing any kind of conversation these days. I mean, as you can see, it's a little different than the old Phil, don't you think? Where I probably would have got pissed at you and started fucking going crazy.
I was half expecting it because you hung up on that other guy, the guy before me. I watched that, Craig. You
but that's
hung up on him, so I wasn't sure how.
That's a completely different situation.
I know, right? But I just
was using me. 100%, he was using me for his own personal benefit. What are you getting out of this right now? Nothing, right? You're to talk about this. You're not getting. You're not trying to use me for a boost or anything. I would never hang up. You're being respectful. You didn't snake me like this guy did. You're being truthful, honest. You're being upfront. I appreciate honesty. That is the most powerful thing in life, is to be like honest with someone. The worst thing is passive aggression. When you have an issue with someone, but you fucking don't say anything, that drives me nuts because I've been through that with my friends. I've been through that with relationships. It's like, just fucking say something if you have an issue with someone so it can be fleshed out, put out in the open, and addressed. Don't fucking hide shit inside. That drives me nuts. So I actually appreciate the fact that you have these issues with me, that we're talking about them today live. This is a great way to do it. Thank you for that.
Sure. Of course. Yeah, I had no idea what this was going to be like either. Because like I said, I've never talked to you like this. You've been in my chat. I've responded to your messages in chat, but I don't know if I'm going to bring something up that's verboten and you're gonna lean in and you'll ban me from the podcast, right?
You're not gonna, dude. Again, this is what happens. People like build it up, like my okay. I don't know what you say my detractors, but my trolls, I guess is a better word for it. The detractors are like the worst, but the trolls will always go and say, Phil's gonna do this, Phil's gonna do that, Phil's gonna do that. Phil's never gonna do any of the shit they say. That's the straw man that they've created around me. The argument of who I am. You know, it's not who I am. That's what they want to portray me as. Because if I am that villain, now they have content. Now they can put out videos about it. Now they can do all this shit. Like they're gonna spin this interview. Phil gets beat up by Tolo for an hour, and Phil takes it like a bitch. That's what that they're gonna say. That's their video for tomorrow or for this afternoon. You know, it's so stupid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, it's too
I mean, he's probably not wrong because Tolo has surpassed expectations.
guys who are just talking, hashing it out. I'm appreciative of what you're saying, but that's how they'll spin it. That's exactly how they are. You know.
I mean, that's just content. That's how it goes, right? Like, I think as long as they're not trying to do anything that invades your personal life, I think that they should be able to make and spin their little videos. It's funny sometimes, right?
I appreciate the humor of it, but where it gets dangerous, okay, is when some of these people are saying shit. Like, for example, this just happened a couple weeks ago, okay? I was on my podcast talking about, you know, like a CEO of a company laying off a bunch of employees, and I'm like, that shouldn't
we're going to do the reference. We're going to do the reference because of the wordplay.
happen. What should happen is the CEO is the one who screwed up. He should be fired, and he should be thrown out of the building, and they should take a box of all his belongings and, like, shoot it into the street. Like, comedically, like a cartoon or something, or like a 1980s movie, someone getting fired, right? One of my detractors actually makes a video. Phil said that the CEO should be shot in the middle of the street. He's inciting violence. Right? It's like, what? What are you talking about? That never happened. Now, the funny thing is you laugh at it, but then you realize there's people who are going to believe that. And they're going to think that I'm inciting violence. And this guy actually had a call to action in the description of his video to try to get people to flag my fucking video and get my channel taken down for it. Even though I never...
That wasn't true. He linked the source, which again, for Duty is kind of rare. But yeah, he linked the source material as to where it came from, just to prove the context of the situation.
Did it. And that's where it goes to the extreme, the harmful level, right? When you actually take a funny meme or whatever and you push it to the level where you're actually trying to hurt someone in their business, I can't stand for that shit. You know,
Sure.
That's when I gotta call it out.
Sure. But it's like I said earlier, though, like, I think if you got more comfortable with laughing at yourself earlier on, I don't think it would have, maybe it would, I don't know, it's hypothetical, but I don't know, man. Just need to roll with the jokes more. I think the idea of you shooting a CEO in the middle of the street is pretty funny. Maybe you don't, but
No, dude. Again, I'm getting older. I can't have anyone thinking that I'm gonna be beating people up and threatening people.
who gives
so
a
past that
shit? Like, come on.
No,
Like,
dude, you say that. You say that. But you understand that, like, these people actually try to get me into trouble. Like, they'll get my channel suspended, saying that I did something I didn't do, and then if it gets suspended, I can't make money, and now I can't support my family. You know, I'm married.
I understand that part. I'm just saying, like, your initial thing is like you don't want people thinking that way about you. I don't think people should flag you or whatever unless it's deserved. Like, I think the instances we spoke about earlier, where you said a slur and like bullied someone based on appearance, I feel like that's distinctly your fault. Maybe you could say it was an overreaction, but anyone on Twitch who would say that word, even referentially, pretty good chance of being banned for a certain period if it's suspended. I don't know, man. I just think, I don't know. You just need to learn to laugh about yourself a little more. Like, there was a time where if I brought up the Final Fantasy video, you would not be smiling. You would not be smiling at all, right?
Dude, you're right. And like I said, I've fessed up. I've changed a lot over the years. I don't care about that shit. I watch it myself. I laugh at it myself. You know, it's stupid. I'm stupid old. I'm better than you. How dare you criticize me? Big ego, right? Giant ego that I had back then in my earlier days as a YouTuber, and to some extent, I would say upwards until around that time, around 2017, when I became a live streamer. I started having these interactions with my audience and having conversations. Instead of it me talking to the wall or to the camera, I'm talking to real people now, right? And now I start get feedback, I get criticism, and people, now wait a minute, okay, I need to roll with this shit. I do. I need to be more open to this stuff or whatever. I agree with you there, but the slippery slope there is then just being okay with everything, and then people will just literally say and do anything to get a rise, and next thing you know, everyone on the internet thinks you're a piece of shit for things you literally didn't do, and that's the extent that it's gone to for me, and that's the perspective that I'm coming from, is trying to recover. Now I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to make amends for the things I've done wrong in the past. I'm trying to be a better person. But then to them, it's like, well, it's never good enough. Move the goalpost further. Move the goalpost further because we need the content. There was someone just a few weeks ago. They actually revealed, stupidly, I don't know why they did this. This is really dumb. They opened up their YouTube revenue. It's a detractor of mine. They revealed that on a slow month, they make $5,000 a month on hateful videos on me. In a good month, they probably make like upwards of $8,000 a month. And it's like, so you have incentive to keep making me the villain. Like, even if I were to improve and I were to laugh at all the jokes about me and all the memes and I were to do all this shit to improve, you wouldn't care because you have incentive to still make me the bad person because you make money on it. And that's really what's happened, is there's people who have completely monetized this on YouTube, and I can't, it's like a vicious cycle now. Like, it doesn't matter how much I try to improve, I'm never going to be good enough for those people. So those kind of people, I have to call out. I have to be like, listen, I get the joke, but at the same time, you can't just say this fucked up stuff about me constantly. You're hurting my business. You're trying to get me shut down on YouTube. That's at least my perspective from that situation, but I agree with you. I'm doing my best to be better, and like you said, I don't care about those videos anymore. Freaking the Final Fantasy video, this is how you don't play. I've watched them back and laughed my ass off at myself because of the way I used to be. And, like you said, that was the golden days of content, right? The dumb, poorly cooking with the king and shit, and me acting like a moron.
So, do you have any aspirations?
Oh, Phil just said king. Poorly cooking with a king.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
To have any more people on this stream, because I have a recommendation for the next collab.
Yeah, dude, I am looking for a lot of different stuff. I'm looking to branch out and do all kinds of stuff. Who's your recommendation?
Do you know who King Cobra JFS is?
Oh God Almighty, no.
I have actually, the reason I know of him is because I have a react show, a Clips react show, and people have submitted clips of him to the show, and I've watched them, and I've seen his snail sandwiches and shit that he does. Yeah.
Can you fucking imagine a duo cooking stream with him? That would be the best shit ever. You can imagine how much grease is gonna go in that toilet.
Oh. Oh my.
Yeah, it is actually kind of funny to think about that potential possibility, but Phil's too fucking scared to go outside his comfort zone. But that would be hilarious. Actually, that would be unironically funny content.
Lord. Oh man. I'm actually looking. You know, I've been in talks with Wings of Redemption. I've been in talks with Boogie. I've been in talks with
no.
About possibly having appearances on here. You know, I'm working on stuff, but I don't have anything confirmed yet.
Boogie, come on.
Yeah, he's a bit of a, in case you didn't realise, Tolomayo thinks Boogie is like the worst one of all. Tolomayo is very anti-Boogie. So this might be interesting.
Man, what the fuck?
No, dude, I know. Here's the thing, like, I'm not involved with this shit. Like, everyone else has done it, right? Everyone else has done a video on this guy and talked about this shit going on. It's just so, like, the shit is just so fucking outside of the sphere of the shit that I care about, right? But I mean, obviously, the guy's fucking heinous. He lied to me about it, too. Like, we had DMs at the time. Like, when he first said he had cancer, I actually DM'd him on Twitter, and I was like, dude, I wish you the best. So sorry to hear this. And he lied to me about it, too. You know, he literally did the rounds, lied to everyone about it. Acted like it was real. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it'd be pretty funny if you boxed Boogie. I think that's what the people want.
Oh, boxing is so stupid.
Boxing come on, dude.
Boxing is not fucking stupid. Yeah, I'll watch that fucking boxing at the weekend. You guys see Anthony Joshua get his fucking bell rung for fucking like 5 rounds or so until his arse got knocked out. You know, that was an interesting fight. A lot of people thought Anthony Joshua was going to fucking coast his way to a fucking victory there, but that Dubois fighter, or however you fucking say his name, he fucking rang his bell time and time again. That shit was fucking. But yeah, I like boxing. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of watching it. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where, like, seeing Phil try and enter that fucking kind of like arena and like try and be an entertainer as a pugilist would be weird, you know, it'd be fucking bizarre. But Phil and Boogie, yeah, get Phil and Boogie in the fucking boxing ring. Since Wings was too much for fucking Boogie to handle, I wonder if fucking Boogie would fucking do better trying to box her in with fucking Phil. Who'd you root for? Because they're both fucking arseholes.
There's no, listen, stuff on the internet is stuff on the internet. You're crossing over to the dumbass realm of this fucking, I'll call boxing and shit. That is so dumb. That's like the lowest common denominator of shit. You know, and quite frankly, he's not gonna take it, someone like him never takes it seriously. He didn't. You know, the first fight with Wings, he didn't take seriously. It's just dumb. I'm not out to fight people. I'm out, as I've been saying, I'm out to build bridges now. All the fucked up stuff I've done, I want to make up for that. I want to improve.
Yeah, and then you fucking had an interview with fucking Stuttering Craig and you fucking hung up on him. And only after you hung up on Stuttering Craig, you then fucking said, okay, fuck you. So you had to wait until you pressed the hang up button on him. And then you fucking shit talk him some more. And then you didn't hear it, essentially, because you already hung up on him.
Understand the appeal of seeing this boxing shit, but I want to mellow out when I get older. I don't want to be the guy who's a fucking, you know, wants to beat up and shit and make threats, you know.
I mean, in this instance, it would be agreed upon, but yeah, I guess so. I mean, Boogie he doesn't care about anything. He just likes his name being mentioned, so it wouldn't matter one way or another with him. There'd be no real catharsis. But yeah.
I think the Wings of Redemption interview would be great, because this is a guy who a lot of people have compared us over the years. You know, we're both gaming content creators. We've never really spoken together. We never actually. Now think about it. We literally, just like with me and you right now, I've never spoken to the man, not once. It's always been like maybe a DM here or clapping back on a stream here, and just to have that conversation and see where it goes, I think would be fascinating. So
yeah, aren't you both big into the Souls games?
I don't know what he's into. Like I said, I really don't follow a lot of other content creators, so I quite frankly don't know what he's into. Everyone always says that I should 1v1 him on Bog in Call of Duty, because that's the meme of the big money match or big hype thing that he did ages ago and he lost live on stream and then he rage quit the stream or whatever. Yeah. And people, it's hilarious. People have actually said that watching his gameplay versus mine, they think I'm better than him at Call of Duty.
Oh, Phil said hilarious. Fantastic.
Burger.
We're one away from a full
5
house.
in a row. That's concerning.
One more away from a full house.
I don't think it's a meme. I think people believe it too. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it would be fun to do a Call of Duty match. I don't know. That's something to talk about.
Build the bridges, bro. Now you're saying you could beat this motherfucker in a one-on-one?
Of course I could. He sucks. No, I'm just
You should do a co-op Souls run with him, though. I think that would be funny as fuck.
Yeah. What is the viability of doing a co-op run in like a FromSoft game? Because the summoning mechanic isn't all the time, right?
I mean, for Elden Ring, I believe there's a mod that lets you do seamless co-op and just play through the entire thing, but it can be a pain in the ass for some of the other ones.
Yeah. I would love to do something like that with someone. Anyone. You know, that'd be cool, because I've gotten way heavier into the Souls games now. I play them.
I'd love to do that with someone. Anyone. I was desperate for some sort of other human interaction. But anyone that can fucking date with him would be fucking preferred. Anyone at all.
every time they come out, I'm playing any FromSoft stuff. You know, I've gotten so much better. It's hilarious now because people used to like to watch me play them because I suck so bad, but now I don't really suck that bad anymore. Some people are like, oh, it's not fun to watch you play it anymore. I'm like, so what do you want me to do? Purposely suck in order to make the playthrough better? I don't know what to do. You know, with this last one, the Shadow of the Erdtree, I legit like beat the whole thing. I kept changing my build through the whole thing to make it more challenging, and I still really didn't have much difficulty, except for, you know, the last guy, Radon, of course, was ridiculous. But
Yeah, everyone.
He rage quit the last kind of game that was kind of built like that. Like, what was the last game you played? Like, they fucking rage quit. Black Myth Wukong. Yeah, he rage quit the fucking thing on like the 3rd level. Also, you know, did he rage quit? Did he rage quit it because of the lack of money, or did he rage quit it because it was too hard for him? Make up your own mind. But he fucking gave up the last kind of like game, that kind of thing, you know, tough challenging bosses or whatever.
I was mad about that one. It was pretty funny. I liked it. I think I was in the minority though.
yeah, he was tough, but you know what? I like bosses that are tough but fair. And in that case, that's a boss that's just like fucking really tough, but I felt like it was a fair fight. Once you learned everything, you were down to kick his ass. There's some other fights that are just broken shit, and those are the ones I don't like. You know, gimmick fights and stupid shit. But that was a fair but tough fight, and I beat it legit. You know, I didn't cheese him with some kind of a broken build or whatever. And people were like, "Oh, so this isn't fun anymore." I'm like, well, that's what happens.
You don't. You should just stop worrying about whether someone thinks you cheesed it or not. Because Elden Ring, my first Elden Ring playthrough and my only playthrough of the main game I did on stream, I never leveled up. I just went through level 1 and beat all the bosses level 1. Took for fucking ever. But it's like you're using square off. You cheated. You're cheesing the game, and it's like, dude, maybe I am. But you're not. The point is, like, who gives a fuck? You're never going to be able to actually please people who are that way.
You're right.
So you just gotta play the way you want to play.
I very much know that from experience now, because, you know, at first that's what it was. Oh, you suck, get better. So you get better. Oh, well, now you're not, this isn't entertaining anymore. So you wanted me to suck? I don't get it. And then you do the build. Oh, that build's cheap.
I think it's funnier when someone's bad at those games, personally.
Sure, absolutely. I agree with you. And, you know, but then they asked me to play them all, so then I'm eventually, of course, I'm gonna get better at them, right? You know, what are you gonna do? And then use a build. Oh, well, that build's cheap. Okay, I'm gonna purposely change my build now because you said that's cheap. Oh, well, this build is cheap too. It's like, fuck off. At this point, it's like, I'm just gonna play the game, and, you know, you're never gonna be happy. The goalposts will never stop being moved. So
sure. I mean, that's not a you thing, though. That's just how people who watch Soul streams are, in a broad sense. So I wouldn't be too burnt up about that. It doesn't matter who you are. They'll get mad at you for playing the way they're not, or a way they're not playing.
Sure. So I had a great time with you. We're getting to the end of our time. I told you it would be about 90 minutes, and I don't want to keep you too long.
Sure.
Is there anything particularly you'd like to talk about here at the end? Or what I'd like to do is, obviously, I want people to know about you and what kind of content you make over on Twitch. You want to talk about that at all?
No, not really. I don't think there's a lot of overlap in our audiences. I play dumb shit. I find like the worst indie games ever. Some of them are good, but
that's fun though. Like,
I just play like.
I've never had the ability to do that because I wasn't a PC gamer until a month and a half ago. Now I have a gaming PC and I can play all this silly shit, and it's fun to be able to like dabble in random stuff. You know, I like that.
No, you don't understand. I'm talking like dog shit. I'm talking My Little Pony horror games, like on itch.io. I'm talking about fucking Dora the Explorer horror, like the worst shit you've ever seen. And then every once in a while, there's something really good. Like, you know what game would be awesome for you to play?
What's that?
You should play Fear and Hunger. That would be. Mwah. You
Someone
should look that up.
Yeah, someone mentioned that game to me. It sounds familiar. Is it a horror themed game?
Yes, and I know you're a sucker for those old turn-based RPGs. It is a turn-based RPG. I think you would get a kick out of it.
Huh. I'll have to look into it, especially with October coming up, and I always do like a Halloween marathon. Maybe I could play it during then and give it a shot and see what it is. Cool.
I think that would be very entertaining. But you should try to look up as little about the game as possible.
Okay, don't spoil myself. Got it. So, okay, let me ask you this. With the kind of gamer that you are and the fact that you play so many random games, do you have like any games coming out in the next few months? Like this is the biggest gaming season of the year, right? Like all these fucking giant games are coming out. Are you actually even interested in any of the new games coming out in the next few months? Or are you just like so into the like indies formula that's just your thing?
Nope, don't give a shit. I don't know. Most of the time I play games now, it's just on stream. I haven't played a lot on my own time. And my audience likes a particular type of thing. Like they would not be happy with me if I started playing, let's say, Call of Duty. They'd be like, God damn it, like why the fuck are you playing this shit, you idiot? So it always has to be some new weird thing I find. But
that's the cool thing though about your channel is that that's a niche, dude. That's a good niche to be in. While everyone else
please don't use that fucking word. My fucking stream paid for a cameo of Boogie saying like, Tolomayo, find your niche, and they did it for my birthday. And you know the most fucked up thing too? Me and Boogie have the same birthday. You know how that makes me fucking feel? And there's another streamer who shares our birthday, and his name's Arcadum. And he did the worst thing you can do on Twitch. He actually had everyone abandon him because he tried to like sexually assault VTubers in real life, like giving them like a back massage. And so nobody good was born on that day.
Oh no, dude, you gotta own the day then. You gotta be like, nah, it's my day. Fuck everyone else.
I don't fucking know, dude. That's a lot of weight to get through between the two of them. Holy shit.
Holy shit. All right, so okay. I won't use the word, but that's a good angle for content, is to be the guy that's not going to be doing the mainstream shit. You're going to be going out there playing the weird stuff, and you're successful at it, and that's something to be applauded in the current climate where so many people who are doing content creation are just about being commercial and playing the big game and getting a fucking sponsorship for playing the big game shit. And you do your thing, and you're cool doing it. You're successful doing it. That's to be applauded. And I just last night, okay, I was curious what you were up to, and I went and watched your archive stream of you doing. I don't know what the name of the game was. The axes. You're climbing all over the place. What's it called?
Lorne's Lure.
Lorne's Lure. And dude, I watched 5 minutes of it. I'm cracking up. Like, you're funny as shit. Your commentary's funny. And I will tell you this. You helped me in that early year, that 2017, that year when I was trying to become an interactive streamer. Watching your streams gave me kind of like a base level knowledge of how to balance gameplay with talking with an audience, because I had never done it before. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, you know? And you're good at it. You're playing the game, and man, that's an intensive game. You gotta be paying attention, but you're going, you're reading chat, and you're back to the game, and you're reading chat, and you're holding conversations, and you're really good at that. That's like your real strong point, I feel, is that you become a really great master level interactive streamer with these games that otherwise would be pretty hard to play. And so congrats on that. And you know, funny as shit, like watching you for like, you know, 5 minutes, I'm cracking up just watching your stuff last night, and it was like I never left. It was like I was still watching you from 2017 and enjoying the stuff that you're doing. So good on you for that.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks. Just remember what I said, though. Like, if you're genuine about the learning from me in the stream, the Derek thing rubs me the wrong way in a big way. I think that you said, like, where should a line be drawn for streamers and YouTubers, right?
Right.
It depends. But you style yourself as an interactive personality. Now you talk to your viewers every day. You should feel an obligation to not have, like, predators around them, right? And, of course, you don't know everything. Of course, it's unreasonable to expect. If once you start getting a certain number of people, and some of them are going to be bad. I've had bad people in my chat, but, like, once you find out, even if it's from a source that you don't necessarily trust, you got to do your due diligence with it, you know?
And now I know that. And you know, for me it was always.
And now I know that. 42 years old. Now I know that. Like, what the fuck?
Being on the defensive, and that's my fault. It's being so defensive because it's coming from a detractor. If it had come from literally anyone else first, I probably would have looked into it. But the fact that it came from the detractors first, I go into defense mode, I get into my fucking turtle shell, and it's like, nah, fuck this, I'm not gonna pay attention, I'm not gonna pay attention. It's like almost like a thing with me, like, I'm purposefully not gonna pay attention because that would give them something. But in this case, that was the wrong thing to do, and I acknowledge that now. I made a mistake. Apologize to my community. You know, again, here, I'll do it this way. Thank you to whoever it was who looked into it and exposed it. It was the right thing to do, and thank you for doing it.
Alrighty. It's good. See, you just gotta, it's baby steps. Obviously, you know, people are not gonna be like, oh yeah, Phil's turned over a new leaf because of that. But you gotta, if you want to be better, you just gotta keep doing stuff like that. Just gotta keep trying. Just gotta keep improving. Be thankful for the people who pay your bills. Make sure, maybe you should do like an event every once in a while where you turn all of like this. None of the fucking bullshit about like vests and hats and goals. Just no money. Just have like, I don't know.
That's Tolomayo doesn't know that the hats and the vest is no longer a thing. The amount of money you need to give them is still a big thing for sure, but there's no rewards anymore.
Do a community night or something. Like that one time you played World of Warcraft and everyone was fucking you for like 3 hours. And you think you'd be able to laugh at something like that now?
Here's the thing, as long as that's the case, yes. Like, if we know that's the purpose of it, like the fuck with Phil night, sure. The thing that upset me about that, because it was a event where people had paid to see it happen. If I remember, maybe I'm misremembering, but I think what it was like early on in my Patreon, and it was a goal where people had pledged they want to see me play World of Warcraft seriously. It wasn't like fuck with Phil. It was like, we want to see Phil enjoy an MMO. And the fact that that happened actually upset a lot of people because they wanted to see me play it, and I couldn't even get past the fucking tutorial area because they were killing all the low-level mobs. I couldn't even pass the introduction missions. So, but no, like now, to do something that's the purpose, just to fuck around, I think that would actually be pretty darn funny. Again, as long as it doesn't go into the realm of, you know, something like really fucked up. Like, you know, people going in there now, they're insulting family members, they're doxing people, because they do that shit too. They'll go in there and start fucking trying to throw out shit on the streams. Oh my god, you know. I did do some community nights in Street Fighter 6 last year. For about a month I did. Like once a week. It would be, hey, just come play me. I'm opening a lobby. Play me in Street Fighter 6. I enjoyed it, but actually my viewers didn't because they said, well, you're beating everyone up. You're too good at Street Fighter. So it's just you beating people up all night. It's not entertaining. So I stopped doing it. But I'm actually considering doing stuff like that with Call of Duty next month, where we might have a night where we join the lobby and we all play together. And who cares if people troll or whatever? It's just to fuck around. It's not serious business, you know? That's a good suggestion.
You could just get like a mod or something to make sure that nobody's doing any doxing or whatever, and just let the rapscallions run free.
All right, well, we're pretty much coming to the end of our time. Is there anything else you want to say or bring up before we conclude here?
No, not in particular. I think that's everything from my side.
Dude, I want to say I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate you coming on. As you can see, no one knew how this was going to go. I feel like this was an incredibly productive conversation. If you know, ever in the future, you know, you want to talk about something again, feel free to reach out. I'm down. You know, and I guess we'll just see what the future holds, right? That's what the important thing is. You know, now that I'm trying to change for the better, you know, see what happens, and hopefully I am learning, and hopefully this will be a learning experience from having this conversation. I'm ever moving forward better. And I really appreciate your time, man.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much, and bye-bye. See you later.
Take it easy.
You guys like pizza? All right, well, guys, that was pretty interesting, was it not? That was very interesting. Again, I had no idea how that was going to go at all. I didn't know what topics he was going to want to talk about, you know, and I'm happy that he brought up the shit he did, quite frankly. You know, and that's the thing, people don't want to believe that. They want to think that Phil's going to be offended because someone's bringing up a topic or whatever. I'm not offended. Couldn't be further from the...
Oh, fantastic. I'll tell you this now. I am absolutely 100% convinced that Phil had a plan and an idea for how to steer that, and they got derailed very early on, and there was no way to fucking salvage it. He was I mean, you heard what I fucking said yesterday, how he was fucking trying to frame it where the fucking detractor stopped him from doing a collaboration of this guy. No, it was Phil. Tolomayo was perfectly clear. Phil putting words into his mouth, saying that, you know, Tolomayo was the reason why Phil didn't play Monster Hunter and all shit. That annoyed him more than anything else. Sure, the detractor sometimes gave him a bit of grief or whatever, not shit, you know what I mean? But nah, the fundamental factor was that Phil Burnell himself was the one that caused a fraction within that. It wasn't even a fucking relationship, it was some sort of like, it was barely anything, for fuck's sake. But to Phil though, it was like, I've got a friend.
True. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to end this as a video, because what I want to do is I want to get back to my setup, so I'm not, look at me, how choppy I am on freaking Discord, right? Let me stop recording this. I'm going to do a decompression, like, video for maybe like a half an hour or whatever, and with my setup, with the proper camera, and then we'll get to other stuff today. But that was great. Thank you, again, thank you, Tolo, for your time. Thanks for everyone for watching, and I'll be right back with the decompression. Enjoy. Okay, so guys, yes, I need to basically migrate my camera over. I got to get my whole setup working differently. All right, so if you could bear with me, the stream is going to go down for about 5 minutes while I swap the camera over, I get it working, and it's just gonna come right back. You don't have to go anywhere. It's gonna come right back right here. And then we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna do shout outs. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Okay? Alright, I'll be right back. Let me just get everything set up and I'll see you in a sec.
And it should come back for us quickly and normally. This should be quick for us. Because we're behind still on the stream, but it's still going. So we should be okay. I think we're gonna hear from Phil any time now.
All right, guys. I think I should be coming back. Can you hear me? Because then I'm gonna come on camera and we're gonna do shout outs, decompressing, all of that jazz. Is everyone still here? Can you hear me? Hello.
Nope.
Hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
How the fuck do I mute this stupid mic? I have no idea.
Hello. Why is no one saying anything? Oh, you hear me? Oh, it must have been a big delay. All right, people can hear me. I was like, what the hell? All right. So let's do a little bit of decompression for about 20-30 minutes.
Oh, that ball site back in the day saying he said you see ages ago. Sorry, I can't timestamp it. Roughly 55. Fucking hell. No. If we missed it, we missed it. But put it this way, I'm still confident we'll get a full house today. We are 1 away from a full house. Okay, 1 away from a full house. If we get 100 likes, that's a full house. If Phil says any of these 3 things or mocks his fucking chat, that's a full house.
Talk about that. And then we'll get set up for Metaphor. All right, fair enough. Here we go.
Because the gameplay is still a while away. This is a decompression session, so yeah, I'm confident. Put it that way.
All right, everyone, what's up? Phil here on my real setup now, not the crappy Discord setup. And welcome to the decompression after the Tolomayo interview right here on DSP Gaming. Basically I had no idea where the interview was gonna go, and it went to a bunch of places that, quite frankly, I didn't know it was gonna go. Basically Tolo calling out a lot of stuff that I misremembered from 2017, which was good. It's good to get the truth out there about shit that perhaps I've been misspeaking about for many years or just don't remember properly. And there was a lot of things he called out, and a lot of, I think, honest, open discussion that we had that needed to happen. I actually really, really enjoyed that interview. I did. I thought it went really well because that's stuff that people want to flesh out and basically kind of, I don't know, take care of. You know what I mean? And I feel like now, because that's been discussed publicly, I can change for the better and we can move forward with certain topics. I'm sure we're going to address these right now, okay?
I can't wait to see
So
what
first
the
off,
chat I think.
Thank you to everyone who attended. I have no idea how many people were here watching. I didn't even look at the stream. But thank you to those who are here now. We're at 137 likes. If you enjoyed that, please give the stream a like. Thanks to those who super chatted. And there was a single tip. Let's do the shout outs now. Once we go through the shout outs, we'll continue. Someone's asking, did I change my lighting? Today, I needed to have my curtains open because it's going to be sun coming in and I have to have it open, so that's why it looks so bright like this. If I had them closed, it would be way too hot in here, especially for an interview. I'd be sweating. How am I going to do an interview if I'm sweating and stuff? What I can do is I can actually open my other blind soon. I didn't want to have it open because it was going to be sun on my PC. So, really? I'm being told I had over 700 viewers. I didn't even look. Literally didn't even look. All right, let's do some shout outs, shall we? So, let's take a look here. Oh, I received a tip from Gaping Farthole. Oh, how nice. It was a $1 tip from Gaping Farthole. Well, the good news is Redemption Love had already tipped $10, so I don't have to put Gaping Farthole on the leaderboard. That's good news. There we go. Thanks for that $1 tip. We had a whole bunch of super chats that had come in. Let's look.
Was that a suppressed burp there?
Thanks for that.
Nah.
That $1 tip. We had a whole bunch of super chats that had come in. Let's look here. I think someone really didn't like Tolo. So, Rick Perez first did a $2 super chat and says, laughing out loud, that's what happened to Maximilian too. I don't know what that's in reference to, because that was probably from the beginning of the interview. But thank you for that. Then Rick Perez did another super chat. People are mad because Phil isn't joining a lynch mob. Okay, thank you for that. He did another super chat. This guy is a douche. I don't think he's genuine at all. This is probably a waste of your time. I don't feel that at all. I completely disagree with you. I don't think that Tolo was being a douche in any way, shape, or form. Tolo is someone who, he knows who I am. He's followed, like, this is how you don't play shit. But he's not an active detractor. He's not someone who A-logs me. He's just someone who knows of me. Kind of like not really a neutral party, but one of the best parties to talk to. Because he has some knowledge, but he's not prejudiced against me. You understand? So having a conversation like that was good because it was better than just talking to someone who knows nothing, but it's also much better than talking to someone who's like heavily invested in, you know what I mean? It was kind of a different, interesting conversation. I would love to have conversations just like that hit us and we're like, whoa, what were we talking about? What happened in the future? That's good shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Then Rick did another super chat. Be grateful for people stalking and thought crimes. This is Red Scare type stuff. Again, I don't want to get into it because we actually did talk about it in the interview, so we're not going to get into big detail about it. But there's a difference between, okay, a bunch of trolls told me something, and because of that, I decided not to believe it whatsoever, versus other people were coming out and kind of saying stuff, and I was like ignoring it on purpose because I just didn't want to give that level of credit or satisfaction to the trolls. That's a huge problem with me, right? That but the trolls, the detractors, have hurt me so much over the years that I put on this fucking turtle shell that even if something is going wrong and they have information, I just don't want to pay attention to it because I don't want to give them the credit or the satisfaction that they actually did something good for once, right? That's a bad attitude to have, and that's something that I need to, okay? Again, Rick with the $2 super chat saying, is this guy auditioning for side scrollers? No, he's not. I don't think he would ever be on side scrollers. I'm pretty sure that's not his kind of content. Rick did another $5 super chat. It doesn't matter. Let me moralize if you bring it up every 5 seconds. I don't even know what you're talking about there. But thank you for another super chat. Then dude, seriously, every super chat is from this Rick Perez guy. He did another $2 super chat. Being harassed is funny, says Tolo. No, there's a difference between rolling with a meme and having fun with it versus systematic harassment to try to hurt you. And that's what the point Tolo was trying to make. There's a difference between, okay, people are making fun of you for your gameplay. Laugh at it. People are making fun of you because of your unboxing video of Final Fantasy. Laugh at it, right? People are making memes about your bad gameplay, this and that. Laugh at it. But when people are saying, oh, you actually wished physical harm on someone and you incited your audience to hurt them, everyone go flag Phil's video. No, that's where you draw the line, and that's when you call it out, and that's when you say, no, you don't laugh at that, you take that shit seriously. And that's what we discussed, and I think that's something that needed to be discussed, right? Let's see here. Now Rick did another $5 super chat. I have no idea what he's talking about in this one. I don't even want to read it because I don't even know what it means. Quite frankly. Then Hank Fritz did a $2 super chat, says, don't debase yourself with lol cow shit Phil. I think that's in reference because Tolo said, why don't you box Boogie? And it's like, I don't want to box anyone. That's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Even if there's a paycheck behind it, it's dumb as fuck. There's no point to doing it. It's not serious. You know what I mean? There's no point to that whatsoever. It's a waste of everyone's time. It's all fun and games when it's on the internet. You know, you want to do an interview, you want to talk some shit, you want to do some drama content. There's a difference between carrying over that internet presence to physical realm shit. I mean, basically, you're a keyboard fucking warrior, but in fucking real life, you're a meek little coward. Bitch mode. Boogie is not a situation where he should be boxing anyone. You know, neither is Wings. These guys are unhealthy. I was very worried during that match that one of them was going to get into serious, health trouble. Real. And I don't think that anyone should be like. Oh, you watched it then? Because you said to Keemstar you are not going to watch that. You promised Keemstar there was not going to be content you thought it would be worth watching. So hold on a second, because during the side scrollers thing, when Keemstar kind of invaded the fucking interview with Phil, and that got brought up, the fucking boxing thing, Phil was adamant that he would not be watching that garbage content. And lo and behold, it looks like Phil Burnell watched it live. Promoting that kind of shit. But you're never going to see me in a ring boxing anyone in an exhibition. That's just fucking stupid. If you want to see Phil boxing anyone in a boxing ring, if you want to see Phil boxing Mike Tyson, go to Pixar Animations because he animated that video for you. And then Rick did another super chat. Harassment is funny when it's convenient, says Tolo. No, it's funny. Harassment is funny when everyone gets the joke. That's exactly how you should put it. It's okay to make fun of someone if everyone is in on the joke. When they're doing the roasting of someone, they have an actual roast and their friends and celebrities and people are there and they're making fun of them, everyone gets the joke. No one actually has true malicious intent towards the person, and therefore that's okay. When you actually have malicious intent towards a person, that's when the joke isn't funny because not everyone's getting it. You understand? That's the difference I feel that you need to separate. Then Rick just did another $5 super chat. Thanks for all these super chats, Rick. He says, I get you, man. I appreciate that you keep an open mind. It's hard as someone who's had to watch people harass you for years on end. Again, Tolo sees it from a different perspective, and I get his perspective. I do. He's not in the thick of things. He literally, Tolomayo. Now I know how to pronounce his name. It's Tolomayo. Tolomayo literally does not know 1/10 of the amount of shit that I and my family have been through. Because I don't talk about it publicly. You guys would never know about the shit that happens behind the scenes or whatever, because I don't want to give it any attention. The A-logging levels are insane. Let's put it that way. So what he sees is, these people on the internet are making fun of me, and he sees Darkside Phil react badly, and he thinks, man, you should have done that way better or whatever, right? I agree. Remember, the stuff he's bringing up is so old. Like, he's bringing up shit from the This Is How You Don't Play days, right? And it's like, yeah, but since then, I've watched This Is How You Don't Play. I've reacted to This Is How You Don't Play and laughed at it and said that it's good and that people should easily make it, right? I've outright reacted to my documentary and said, you know, I should have definitely reacted to This Is How You Don't Play differently back in the day. I should have rolled into the memes. I should have made them myself. I should have done all that. Now it's too late. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20, and now I see the error of my ways from the past, right? Okay, so I'm curious, what do you guys want to talk about based on that interview? I've got some ideas of things that I want to clip out of it for later, you know, rather than have people watch the whole 90 minutes. But what do you guys actually want to talk about now that that's over? Tag me in the chat. What topics do you think are important to discuss now that we're calming down? This is going to end in about 20 minutes because I want to get to the metaphor demo today. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. 672, that's on me. 672 says, you mentioned more than once you would have taken the Derek issue more seriously if you weren't only the detractors bringing him up, but regulars, including myself, brought it up. The problem is that this is my problem. This is not your problem. This is my problem, okay? Basically, oh, I'll take the top super chatter, and it's Rick Perez. Basically, because the detractors brought it up first, okay?
I just want you guys to understand.
Oh, God, I can't even type.
I mean, we found it. Yeah, we discovered it, so naturally we're going to fucking bring it up first because we fucking discovered it, for fuck's sake.
Because the detractors brought it up first, all right? It immediately ingrained it in my mind that, number one, it's not true, because everything they say is false, right? That's not correct, but that's what happens in my fucking head after being conditioned for over a decade to be beat up by these fucking people. That's number one. Number two, the fact that if I had looked into it, if I had confirmed it myself, I'm giving my detractors ammo to work with future stuff. Like 672, you brought it up, so I'm going to use this as the example, and I hope you don't take offense at this, right? Because you were the one to speak up about this. So, the Derek thing, right? It comes up, it's realized, okay, I look into it. Oh, God, it's true. I ban it. So 672, the next person they go after is you. And they look into your past. Now, this isn't true. This is a hypothetical. They find out that 10 years back, you used to shitpost online. You used to harass women, or you used to fucking do, like, stupid shit, conservative shit that people don't like now in the common day, in the common climate, and now they blow it up. Did you know that this guy was this, and he did this and this? You know, would you like that? Because you would be the next target, you understand? So because you give them the little inch, they take the mile, right? So what's to stop them from now to say, we want to investigate all these people who are regulars in Phil's content to see if these people are fucking bad people? And here's the thing. There's a difference between, we found out all the shit about Derek, correct? We did. And, you know, okay, fair enough. But what happens is, it's going to happen like what happened to me. Originally, what happened with me was, okay, so, FYI, your gameplay sucks. This is how you don't play. Then it becomes, your attitude sucks. This is how you don't stream. Then it becomes, your business sucks. This is how you don't run a business. This is how you don't spend your money. This is how you don't play this game. This is how you don't do that. And then it becomes everything, and it gets to the point where nothing is good enough, right? So in this case with Derek, it was absolutely awful, right? And the right thing to do was to get rid of it. We all agree with that now, right? But the next thing might be not as serious. It might be, oh, something you posted 10 years ago, but people really don't like it today. Gotta get rid of that guy. Oh, look at this shit. Gotta get rid of that. And then it just becomes this fucking witch hunt. This is DSP Gaming, not, you know, DSP Salem, where we're gonna do witch hunts on every single person who comes into the stream and says or does something, and then people gotta look into them and find out all this personal shit about them. That's fucked up. That's beyond fucked up, right? But that's the level that it goes to. So you have a point, 672. You're right. It wasn't just you. It wasn't just detractors that brought up the Derek thing. But at what point do you draw the line and say it's just gonna get worse if we entertain this? Now, eventually I had to do something because it reaches the boiling point, right? You know, I'm reaching out. I'm doing collabs. I'm doing other shit, and now those people are bringing it up. And it's like, well, what can you know, at this point, even though, yes, it means admitting that the detractors actually did something right for once, because really I think it's been twice ever in my entire existence that they did something.
3 times. 3 times. Like, we told you about Derek. Okay, 3 times minimum. I would argue 4 times. Here's a 4 I would argue, just off the top of my fucking head. Number 1, Derek, being a creepy little bastard. And it fucking took Kino to fucking convince him, oh, to get rid of him. But Phil still didn't want to get rid of him. Remember, Phil did not want to get rid of Derek. But he was coerced into it. Bullied into it, essentially. So Derek is number 1, the thing we're right on. Number 2, the Kiwi Farms essentially fucking going nuclear on the fake escort saga and discovering who's actually fucking behind it all, you know, and just going crazy with that, you know what I mean? Because everyone was fucking taken for a ride there. It wasn't just Phil Burnell being blackmailed by these fuckers. It was the Kiwi Farms as well. Everyone, all the detractors were taken for a ride by some fucking impersonator. And lo and behold, the Kiwi Farms folk are like, yeah, we found out, they found out everything. They found, the kind of details they fucking found out were just terrifying. But yeah, the Brawn Grease or whatever they're fucking called. So number 2, the detractors fucking sold who's fucking trying to blackmail Phil Burnell. Yeah, welcome. Number 3, if Phil Burnell had not been signed up to all those business mailing lists, then the proper authorities would never have found out that he was not paying the taxes he was meant to have been paying as early as he did. Remember, Phil moved to Washington and he was living there for like a couple of years without paying the taxes he was meant to fucking be paying for the state taxes. So yeah, if it wasn't alerted, if the authorities were not alerted to this, thanks to some detractor signing Phil up to his mailing lists, then he may have gone even longer without paying the taxes he was meant to have been paying, which would have been an even bigger amount of debt. And Phil was fortunate they managed to get a payment plan on this fucking debt. But if it was longer, if it carried on for another year or so, or 2 years or whatever, Phil would have been in a fucking situation where he might have had the authorities had to fucking repossess his home, or fucking sell his goddamn home to make up for the funds that Phil was not fucking paying. You know, that was a genuine fucking possibility for Phil. He was very fortunate in the grand scheme of things, but I just need to fucking pay a bit more and pay. I owe money back in back taxes. So number 3, the detractors were responsible for that. I feel like, because Phil blames the detractors for him having to fucking pay us extra money for fucking state taxes. The 4th thing, WWE champions. We discovered it. We announced it. We did not let it go. Phil was desperate for detractors to fucking let it go. We wouldn't do it. We kept fucking, we stuck to our story. We've been saying the same story for so fucking long, and lo and behold, we were right all along. Vindication for detractors, especially for the ones that are so early on, prominent and fucking with their voices and saying what Phil was doing with all his fucking money. You know? So there's 4 things that the detractors were right on, and Phil couldn't stand that we were right about it.
Right? I gotta man up, I gotta admit they did something right, and I gotta thank them for it, and I gotta do the right thing, and I gotta ban him, and we gotta move on, right? I mean, just God, please don't let it fucking be this on endlessly. I don't want this to be the 3-ring circus. So if this person did this, now go look, you gotta look into this, Phil. This person did this. I'm not doing that. I'm a content creator. I'm here to stream and make content for you guys and have fun. I'm not here to be a fucking judge who's slamming a gavel on everyone. I deem you not worthy to do this, that. No, I'm not doing that. Okay? We have to find that happy medium. Hopefully we don't find a situation that's bad again, and we have to deal with it like that again, right? But if it does happen again, I definitely would like to hear from outsiders, not detractors, but outsiders about this shit. Because I'm not going to go stalking people in their profiles and shit to find this out. I'm not, all right? That's fucked up to me. I'm a content creator, but I need to stalk people on their socials and go into hidden private playlists and shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. What else? And by the way, guys, like I said, if you do contribute, I will shout it out. We got about 10, 15 more minutes, and we're going to switch over to Metaphor and enjoy the demo all day. I'm very excited to see what it's like. Change is good, but you seem too nice. Apologizing is good, but you've not always been wrong. You need to call it out when you disagree with something. Who said I disagreed with anything? Who said I disagreed with anything? I need people to make me see reason, because you have to understand that I've been in a certain situation for a decade. And I've been stuck in that fucking situation, and I haven't been able to see any other perspectives. And I haven't been able to see anything but my own tunnel vision line of sight, because that's where I was put. I was put in that fucking position by 10 years of abuse. Now I need to break free of that. And I need to start seeing bigger picture perspectives. I need to understand what's really going on around me and get that, you know? And that's something that's going to take a while. That's not something that's an overnight change. That's something that's a gradual change. You know? I received a $5 tip from Big Papa Phil. Last thing on the topic, that's what this is all about and what it's always been. I don't want to read the whole thing, but basically he's implying, you know, even if Derek is a sex pest, it doesn't mean he's a sex predator. Does anyone have evidence of any of that? I really don't care at this point. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Oh my god, hold on. Is Big Papa Phil trying his best to think of like an out for Derek? For a way to Derek to fucking be welcomed back to the fold? It's like, where's the evidence? I was like, well, where's the fucking evidence? What was it? Hold on. What was the wording that fucking Big Papa Phil used there? Sex pest and sex predator. As they're apparently 2 very different things.
I don't want to read the whole thing, but basically he's implying, you know, even if Derek is a sex pest, it doesn't mean he's a sex predator.
What's the rest of it?
Does anyone have evidence of any of that? I really.
Does anyone have any evidence of that? Do I need to bring it up again? I showed us the other day, but do I need to fucking bring it up again? Like, if I fucking search, easy thing to do is like just search this and find his old tweets in there. What you know? So just a reminder, just a little brief reminder for anyone. 1, this is these playlists, when they were found at the time and when a screenshot was taken, this was publicly available to view. This was not privately fucking hidden or anything. This is on Derek's YouTube channel, which was public as well. Anyone could fucking go to his channel back in the fucking day, look at his fucking playlists, and lo and behold, this is what you would fucking see. What you look at is Derek has a thing for liking 202 videos of cute and pretty grimettes, doll kitten and pencil arms. He has a thing for liking beautiful little girls, 300 plus videos of that. He has a thing for liking 124 videos, little girls pretty. It's like, Jesus Christ, Phil. This was our evidence of Derek being into this sort of creepy ass fucking shit. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Now when he fucking turned legal age, he fucking turned his attention, for the most part, towards porn stars. Which, to be fair, are legal, at least Derek seemed to be fucking lusting after fucking women of legal age and not just children, but lo and behold, there is recent evidence. I can't remember, I remember someone posted earlier on this year, like, of Derek's, I think Derek has an Instagram account or something like that, and you could see what accounts he likes and follows on there. And lo and behold, it was like these very young, like, models, like, female child models. I don't know the best way to fucking phrase it or whatever, but it seemed like those kind of fucking channels or pages on these accounts. And like, what the fuck? Derek's still at it. Derek's still being Derek. He's still being true to his fucking roots a decade later. So, Derek has always been a fucking problem.
Really don't care at this point. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be involved in that. I'm literally not going to go to Derek's page and look at his fucking playlists. I'm not going to do that ever. I don't want to see the content. You understand? Like, that's vile shit. I don't want to be involved in it, right? If people make me aware of this kind of shit and there's consensus, then I'll take action. But I'm not going to be Mr. Detective who's going to be looking to see if you're a sex pest or a sex predator or a sex. And I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be involved in this. I'm here to stream and make fucking content.
That quote might not go. Hold on. I think it's a very bad way for Phil to have ordered that.
I don't want to see the content. You understand? Like, that's vile shit. I don't want to be involved in it, right? If people make me aware of this kind of shit and there's consensus, then I'll take action. But I'm not going to be Mr. Detective who's going to be looking to see if you're a sex pest or a sex predator or a sex. And I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be involved in this. I'm here to stream and make fucking content. I'm not here to judge this fucked up stuff on the internet. I don't care. This is fucked up beyond belief. I'm not gonna be involved with this shit. It actually pisses me off that there's people out there that seem to be under the impression that I need to be some kind of a fucking internet sleuth and shit. No, I don't. All right.
So Phil is not willing to trust people if they're detractors that are saying it, but you're also not willing to fucking investigate the evidence that are found about it. So Phil doesn't care about the receipts, essentially. He doesn't seem to care about the receipts. He doesn't seem to care about the action at all. And Phil just wants to play games and have fun. Phil Bonnell does not want to waste time worrying about all the paedophiles in his audience. Because he doesn't care if his audience are paedophiles. I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going that far. But happily the situation is dealt with. We moved on from it. I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. All right, I'm just not. It's just funny because for how many years, right? First it was my detractors for like a year. Then it was other people for like a year. We take care of the situation. He's gone. Now we got people in chat. Well, you didn't confirm. Well, you didn't do this. Well, you didn't. Fuck you. Really? Fuck you.
Oh, bye. People in chat are being told to fuck you.
You harassed me for 2 years about this shit. I took the proper action. And now you're gonna give me shit for it? No. You can take that goalpost that you moved and you can shove it up your fucking ass. How about that? I'm done with the subject. I'm not mentioning the guy ever again. As of this moment, there's nothing else to discuss. If something like this ever comes up again, all right, we'll have to deal with it on a case-by-case basis, but I'm not wasting fucking time on this topic anymore. This is a waste of everyone's fucking time, okay?
You brought it up, Phil. You were the one who chose and decided to bring it up when you were talking to Tolomayo. And Tolomayo's like, wait, what do you mean you fucking ignored it for a while? It turned into a big thing because you were the one that broached the subject. Although, I guess technically Phil can blame Sarah Barkley in his chat because it was their comment that they fucking read.
Enough with the goalpost bullshit. Okay. Alright, what else do you guys want to talk about?
Beg, Phil, just beg.
What if it brings it up again? I'll say go watch the other content where we already addressed it. I'm not here to talk about the same shit a million fucking times. We've already, I've beat the dead horse till the pile of fucking flesh that's, oozing all over the street. We don't need to keep talking about the same topics over and over. No, we do not take Jasper Kitty outside because he doesn't have front claws, and if he ever got loose, even if he was on a leash, that would be way too dangerous for him. Cracker Jacks enjoyed the interview. I'm glad to hear that.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me.
Do you have any initial ideas about a community event like the World of Warcraft thing? Right now, no. Like I said, the first thing that we were actually talking about was like Call of Duty, because I'm actually doing that. Like, I'm not saying that in the future there wouldn't be opportunity for us to do things like he suggested, but I'm definitely not going to be doing that now. Like, we're so busy. We're in the busiest gaming time of the year. We're going to have to be picking and choosing the games to play. There's absolutely no way that I'm going to be able to be like doing an MMO right now. This one was honestly the best interview. Why do you think that? Why do you believe that was the best interview so far? Why doesn't he have front claws? Because he was declawed by his previous owners, and when we rescued him, he already was front declawed. Sadly, he had been at the rescue shelter that we got him from for months. People didn't want to adopt Jasper because he was front declawed. A lot of people are looking for like that hybrid cat that can be indoor-outdoor, and because he was front declawed, no one was adopting him. Like,
I've never heard of a fucking cat be called a hybrid cat because they fucking go outdoors as well, be indoors. A hybrid fucking cat. I have never in my entire fucking life heard that fucking term. Like, hold on, just 2 seconds, hold on. Steve the Dead is currently watching the stream in my part, right? But he's fucking behind because he paused it, okay? But he'll still see chat. So I'm gonna ask Steve. Hey, Steve. So let's see if Steve is paying attention to the chat, and let's see if he's ever heard of the fucking expression hybrid fucking cat.
we don't care about that. We'll keep him as a kitty. So, yeah, it's sad. We would never have done that. He never would have declawed him at all. That's an awful thing to do to a cat. I received a $1.50 tip from Sarah. Call out false pearl-clutching moral crusades about past mistakes. They casually dismiss your detractors' illegal, harmful behavior as a joke, but they say it's 100% reasonable for you to get canceled and your account suspended for a stupid decade-old joke or roasting someone with blue hair. I am not going to agree with the blue hair thing. That's stupid. Seriously, to make fun of someone with blue hair, you think that that's a bannable offense? That's insane. I don't want to do business on a place where I make fun of someone because they have fucking blue hair. Like, the F-word thing, sure. That I even admitted as it happened. I was like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have said that word. I was drunk, right? The blue hair thing is the biggest pussy willow shit I've ever heard. If you're putting your fucking avatar on the site, you know, someone can reference the color of your hair, especially because you insulted first. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are we all for? That's schoolyard shit. And like I said, that's why I don't want to be on that business. That business is fucked up. Twitch, that is a complete waste of everyone's time to be over there. Really, it is. It's just so unprofessional. I'm not going to deal with that nonsense ever again. Okay.
You know, I've traveled around a lot in the world. I've met a lot of people in my life, like a lot of people that use.
Let me see something quick.
To get ahead and lie. I don't.
What I thought.
I turned into a fucking therapist yesterday, and like, I'm not a therapist.
I received a $1.61 tip, but it's completely anonymous with no message attached to it. But I want to count it for the stream. Thank you for that. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing with the new Dragon Age yet. I think the release timing stinks that it comes out on Halloween. Like, people really want to see me play the new Dragon Age on Halloween when I'm obviously going to be doing my Halloween event. It's not very Halloween-y, is it? So it kind of sucks that the release timing of it. I guess we'll have to look into it and decide if we want to play it or not. And when we play it, you know, what the timing of that is. I'm not against it. You know, it seems like it's going to be similar to previous Dragon Ages. So I'm interested in it. I love Dragon Age Inquisition. It was my game of the year.
When you see them as dollar signs instead of people that live fucking lives.
I did play Don't Starve back on the Xbox One days, and I actually really liked it. I thought it was a great game. Is there a checkers by me? Said Spawn Killer with a $2 super chat. Sadly, no. There's no checkers out here at all, to my knowledge. I think they're more south, like southern U.S. I've never seen a checkers, but neither when I lived in Connecticut nor here living in Washington State. I don't know if I ever played the Trespasser DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition. I have no recollection. You guys, I'm sure you can search the channel for it. I don't know. Someone, oh my god, someone's messing around. Someone is sending me tips in other currencies and trying to get me to do conversions. How about this? I'm not going to do that. I'm literally not. I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out what a currency conversion is. If you want to send me a tip in a currency that I understand, do so. If not, you're just not going to get a shout out. All right, I received a $5 tip, though, in a currency I recognize from an anonymous tipper. Thank you for the $5 tip, whoever that was. By the way, for those who weren't here last night, we did hit the goal. So actually, if we hit the goal on this stream, it would be actually starting up a streak again. We'd be at 2.
Give me your money.
Now the goals are adjusted. It's $150, and it's between everything. It's between super chat, super stickers, and tips included on each stream. And this goal will carry over to the Metaphor stream that we're about to do. Okay. So we're good head start, 62 and climbing. We're third in. Thank you guys. No, see, real life is I'm personally not burnt out on fighting games. I think it's got to be mixed days to play them. Yeah, I think the thing is between not only playing the MVC collection a lot, but now Street Fighter 6 with this DLC coming out, people are burned out. Like the Terry Bogard videos I made did not do good. They barely had like 300 views on them. The day did not go well either on the streams. I think people were just like too much fighting games. You got to do something different. So I'm happy to bring different content and maybe every once in a while balance in the fighting games. Like I think the next time I'm going to play.
If ever there was a fucking opportunity, Phil, for you to say the goddamn word variety, it'd be fucking now. Why won't you say it?
Street Fighter 6 is like maybe like Monday or Tuesday night, and it's just for one night. We'll see. Tag did a super chat. $5. New Zelda's amazing. I've been playing it all morning. I hope you like it. It's a possibility. We need to get through the games I'm playing right now, notably Astrobot and the Casting of Frankstone. And once we're done with those two, we'll determine what's next. And Zelda is a possibility. Zelda's a possibility. I can't speak today. Dead Rising Remastered is a possibility. Epic Mickey Remastered is a possibility. That just came out too. So we have a few different possibilities of games to play. until Silent Hill 2 Remake comes out, and then that's the big focus, right?
That's true. It was like Phil's an embezzler, and Phil invests his money in terrorism.
Okay.
And Phil's a drug dealer. So I'm having a dream.
Oh, let's see. Blade 2.0 did a $5 super chat. Steam Next Fest starts October 14th. Any plans to download a bunch of demos and stream them? Give your thoughts on upcoming games. Maybe. Is October 14th is like a big demo day? Maybe we should do that. Keep in mind, though, October is heavily loaded with games. October is a very heavy release month, so it may be challenging to try to interject little things in there when we're balancing a whole bunch of other games. I guess we'll see how it goes. Jasper Kitty. Jasper Kitty. Would you like some bursts, buddy? Would you like some treats? I'm gonna give Jasper Kitty some treats on stream. Hold on.
And Kitty is trying to fucking monetize the fucking cat again and see if we make a clip from Jasper. Oh, Jasper's gonna eat from my hand, guys.
Today, would you like some bursts? You jumped on camera. You were very cute. There we go. There you go. There you go. You lick some out of my hand. Enjoy the bursts. They're yummy. They are liver and beef flavored. They were donated by a fan. There's still 2 more. But now my hand is soaked with his saliva. I gotta go wash my hand. Yummy. Good boy. Good boy. No, that's it. I'm not gonna give you too many. Ugh. Poor positioning. It's my lap. Shut up. You look gross. Good boy. Now let me go wash my hand quick. Oh boy.
I guess I'll just fast forward until he fucking returns. Oh, this is a lengthy hand washing. There we go.
I received a $5 tip. No more bursts. No more bursts. He wants more bursts. You just had a whole handful. I think you need to quit painting trolls with a single stroke. A lot of them are just there making funny content. I challenge you to pull a video called So Kino by Darkseid to Flow and tell me it isn't hilarious. Use clips from your show to make a hip-hop diss track from you to RTU.
Hey, big as a Darkseid the Flow. Darkseid the Flow get a shout out via Phil contribution. Oh my. Well, Phil's been dead through it, but will he?
I've already seen it and it's great. I have no problem with that. Guys, here's the problem is now I think, every time that I say detractors, I think that people think that I'm referencing every single person who's making fun of me. I'm not.
That's kind of what you've been calling us all these fucking years, so yeah, that's kind of what we think. Like, you call, I'm a detractor, you call Duty a detractor, you call everyone like fucking like super crazy, you call him a detractor, for fuck's sake. You call wait, what? If I'm not a detractor then, Phil, what the fuck am I? Like, I mean, what are we then?
I'm really not. My detractors for me are the biggest A-logs. The people who literally stalk me and my family and everything about me and my business, and they just keep fucking harassing us. Those are my detractors. Not, oh, I want to make fun of Phil, so I take some clips, I make a video here, I make fun of him here. That's fine. I don't give a shit about people making fun of me, right? But when people are actually making a living slandering me, when they're calling to action their audience to false flag my videos for things I never said, that's a detractor. All right. The problem is people hear that. Oh, he just says every single person is a detractor. No, I don't. But that's the funny part. That's what my detractors want you to think. They want you to think that that's how I categorize them all, because that proves their narrative that I'm a bad person. So they can keep
who the fuck are me? So who am I then, Phil? What would you call me?
making content. That's not what I mean. So stop. Here's the truth. Stop listening to them. You're listening to the people who are trying to cause me harm and taking their word for everything rather than going to the source. You can't do that, or you always will get a skewed perspective. The problem is people have been so used to doing that for so long that now they're just used to doing that, and they just go right to it. Like I just said, you know, Asmongold, you know, talking about me. He's watching a detractor clip. It's just out of context, and he doesn't really get what's being talked about. And the name of the video is DSP is like insulting Asmongold, and you watch the video, and I literally never insult Asmongold in the whole video. But that's what people are used. They're used to getting their information about me from these negative things that are spinning it in a way so they make money. That's messed up. Thank you, Hobie Gaming, for a super chat. He says AC Shadows is delayed till February 2025. I'm well aware. What we will do is on Saturday, because I'm not here tomorrow, on Saturday, we will reconvene and have a level 1 podcast. That's a normal show. And on that podcast, okay, we will talk about all these gaming topics. We will actually recap everything that happened that's important from State of Play. What I actually want to do is watch like the new Ghost trailer and stuff like that. I know stuff is coming out of Tokyo Game Show right now. We'll be talking about all of this on Saturday. Fair enough? Okay. All right. Are we good now? Have we decompressed? It was about 30 minutes. Shall we adjourn and then get set up with Metaphor? I'm very excited to play the Metaphor demo today. I don't know if we're going to get through the whole thing, because now we're not going to have 5 hours, but we'll see. But I'm very excited to try out the Metaphor demo, and hopefully it's really good. Okay, so thanks to those who chilled. Thanks to those who watched the interview. I hope you enjoyed it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this actual stream up as unedited, so you can actually watch this in its entirety whenever you want, all right? Or you can watch it as 3 separate videos later, because I've recorded this as 3 separate videos, so you can watch those separately later as well. Whichever you choose. And I'm going to have a whole separate stream for Metaphor, all right? All right, I'm going to end the stream. You guys do need to jump over to the Metaphor stream, and I hope that you will, and that we'll have a good time playing Metaphor this afternoon. So give me like 5 minutes. The stream will go down. Give me 5 minutes to get over there. I'm actually going to set up this background to be for Metaphor now, and then we'll continue, all right? Thank you all. You were a great audience. Thanks for your contributions. We're more than halfway to the goal. Thank you for that, and I'll see you over well, I'll see you here, just on a different stream for Metaphor. Peace out.
It's because of this bullshit.
He didn't do his outro for the podcast. How bizarre. Is Peanut going to... Well, he didn't actually fucking... I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at that. I thought Phil was going to blather some more, but he didn't. So...
No soldiers to stop it.
That's my bad. And I guess we'll just rewind for Phil to start streaming here. And actually the music. Where's the... Fuck me. Right, he's there, and he's there. Okay. I'm surprised that Phil just kind of just stopped it so quickly. It was a very quick clock out, it feels like. No. Here we go.
Okay, everybody, I'm here. We're going to get set up for Metaphor. I hope that you're all ready to check out the new game.
Oh god, normal speed, no. 1.5.
From the makers of Persona. I hope it's good. I'm excited for it. I just got to get the chat open and get our stuff basically in the right spots. I have no idea what the heads-up display is for this game, so I don't actually know where to put the camera for it. Hold on one second while I fix this. Change this quickly. Oh, no, it's purple. All right. Yeah, I have no idea where to put the camera for this one. Because I don't know. The heads-up display will probably be... The RPG is probably, like, all over the place, right? Like, I guess we'll have to see. But thank you guys for chilling. Let's get the chat open, and then we're going to boot her up and get started because we're already behind. If you're here today to enjoy the Metaphor demo, because I'm playing it today and tonight, it's all day long because it's a 5-hour demo. Please like this stream. This is a brand new stream. It's not the same as the earlier one, so engagement on the stream would help a ton. Please consider contributing to the stream.
Give me your money.
Give me your money. $79 out of our $150 goal, and it would be great if we could hit that, obviously, in the next 2 hours or so that I'll be streaming Metaphor. By the way, this carries over to the real game. So everything we're doing today is literally the beginning of the game. We're not going to be redoing this when the game actually comes out in October. We're doing the beginning of the game right now, okay? So let's get it booted. Let's do all the graphical adjustments. Let me get my controller.
Quick, Phil, pick Italiano. You know the Italiano language. You're a quarter Italian, Phil. You know how to speak Italiano. He actually did scroll down to it as well. He scrolled down to it briefly.
It definitely looks blurry. We're going to have to adjust it. We're definitely going to have to adjust it here. And by the way, let me make sure I have everything on pop-ups and everything. Yep, YouTube pop-ups are up, so if contributions come in, you guys will be able to see them. And we're just a little bit bigger. Okay.
Give me your money. Give me your money.
All right, let me lower the volume because it's a little loud. Wait, oh, I didn't want to do that. I did the wrong one. I want to do this one. Okay, I fucked this up. Okay, I got to back to about what it was. Shit. This is what I want to do right here. Okay. All right. What's up, everyone? Fox is going to give this game a fair chance. Walter Moss has been playing the demo for a while. The demo's real fun. I'm glad to hear that. Let's jump in, shall we? Here we go. Hello, everyone. Phil here. And I'm about to check out the meta...
So, yeah, that is going to bring an end to the bingo. Now, in case you're wondering, in case you're worried, oh, have we not won? We did actually win. Phil mocked this chat earlier on with that big fuck you. I just didn't tick it off because I wanted to check out the rest of the podcast and see in case we missed anything. Phil, we absolutely fucking won bingo because Phil mocked the chat earlier on by saying, hey, let fucking brings up Derek and tries to move the goalposts, fuck you. That was him mocking his chat. But 100%.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
And we have to, so yeah. We're near the end of the fucking thing anyway, so I thought I might as well fucking check out the rest of it since it's been an interesting and different fucking podcast, so why the fuck not? So yeah, we've won bingo today.
Burger.
There you go.
Full house. Oh boy. How exciting. Anyway.
Let me change the bingo total, the prize fund, to $230. There we go. But guys, that is not the end of things. For we have more things today. For example, we have some marbles to do. We're going to see if anyone can complete these 99% impossible fail challenge courses or whatever. We're going to pick 3 different courses, and if we get anyone to complete them, then that is going to bring an end to the bingo. And look who's fucking awake, Steve are dead. He's still fucking 20 hours behind. Well, if he is, he won't hear us until 20 hours later. But there we go. Well, let's go to live DSP and see how he's doing, shall we?
Dodge. Okay.
He's not been given a single dollar in contribution since beginning gameplay. Boo fucking who for him. And we have Otters here as well. Look at his darling fucking Otter. Oh, they moved the fucking camera. Well, why would he move the fucking camera? Sit it to the fucking... That's weird. Stop messing with our fucking camera. Anyway, guys, I will be right back. I'm just going to set up the marble stream and all that jazz. But yeah, don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll have some marble, some robust marble stream stuff or whatever, and we'll see if we can add any additional bingo prize fund money. So don't go anywhere. Be right back.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had an opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, that's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week, that's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's going to be acidity from tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
and then
tart
spice.
and its acid and nothing else. All right. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side fit. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style. Tips. Greasy hair. Pasta once a week. Authentic style, Asian fusion style. Italian.
Guess what else we're going to add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's going to go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had many varieties.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side fit. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I am a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix.
Alright, guys, we are back. We are here again, and yeah, we have some courses to pick for our marbles. So we have names added. 212 different marbles. Every single one of them unique. Every single one of them different. All the same ambition, all the same dream, all the same desire. To get to the very fucking end of one of these 99% impossibility elimination courses kind of thingy jiggery. So there we go. Let's just pick a random course. This one's only had one play. Pristine Aggressive Graveyard. Average finish time 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's first of all make sure it's turning 12. There we go. And let's crack on with the marbles, shall we? Remember, guys, we're going to have like 3 different courses. Like 3 different courses. If it's a very quick course and that we feel quick, we might replay courses. We don't know. But we're going to have 3 different courses, 3 different maps. We win any of them, we win $10 added onto the bingo prize fund for each course. So with that in mind, let's see how we do with our first marble course. What the fuck are we... What the hell What the hell is this crap? The fuck? Oh, I mean, the course is there. But I was very confused with this big fucking thing here. So, pristine, interesting font, have an interesting kind of style. Not bad at all, not bad. And I guess we'll just, I mean, this is the course. That looks fucking horrifying. How the fuck do you even get through here? Is this bad? Is there a hole? Is there a gap? You just drop in here or something? I have no idea. I assume this opens. And the end is over there somewhere. What the fuck am I looking at? Well, screw it. Let's go. And let's see who comes out on top here. Good luck, everybody. I guess we're going to find out right now what happens here. Oh, there must be some sort of gap there. Some marbles fell to doom. Quite a lot of marbles have fallen through. This is a long ass tunnel. Let's just go into the course itself. Oh my. Oh my. Big scary laser light show killing everybody. And then you land in the Derek Juice. You go through a portal. We're following Meow Mix Meow right now. They've been overtaken here by Kevin Football. Chris George in second place as well. Well, with 2, I mean, probably someone going in the left hand side as well. Chris Sizemore, I think, has fallen to a doom. No, I don't think Chris Sizemore is on the course. What the hell is happening to Chris Sizemore? No, hold on, Chris. Why has a strange, bizarre entity with a very angry looking face plucked your ball out from the air and is heading towards the finish, it looks like? Are we getting a speedrun? Chris Sizemore appears to be heading directly for the finish line thanks to this thing grabbing his marble and leading him there. What the crap is going on here? Oh, well, Chris Sizemore's fallen to his doom, but the finish is right there. He's heading straight for it. It looks like for some bizarre way, somehow, if this is timed right, Chris Sizemore wins. What the crap? Where the hell second place is still all the way back here? Actually, that's not second place. Greg Leg, I think, is second place. Look at this complicated and ridiculous, like, back and forth you've got to do. And Greg will Greg get to the finish line. Greg has been denied to get to the finish line. Oh, Greg went and through it the proper way. But it doesn't matter because Chris Sizemore just got to fucking cheat his way there essentially. But Greg Lake is finishing second place. None of it fucking matters, but what the hell? So I just seen Chris Sizemore like falling. It looks like they're falling off the map, but they're so far ahead. There's I'll better catch up with them there. And yeah, well, so we add $10 to the bingo prize fund. Congratulations to that. So that's has got $10. Let's go back to the race menu and pick a different course. What the fuck was that course? That was bizarre. Utterly bizarre. My mind's been blown. Here's another 99% only one play course. Round Down Trouble by Toss to Hemo. Let's give this one a spin, shall we? My mind's been fucking blown with that one. Jesus Christ. So here we go. This one looks pretty straightforward. You know, usual kind of setup, you all get funneled down and then you go round and round and then round again and then you hope to fall out the right portal? What the? I'm very confused right now. Let's start and go to the start. Let's just fucking start and see what happens. Well, hello, you get popped up to here. So who's going to drop down first? Feel like we should probably keep an eye on the next layer down to see who drops down first. What is happening in there? Hold on, what's happening here? Oh, I thought I was going to kill people because of the fucking ring of fire thing, but nah, it's fine. What the fuck? What the hell's happened? No, that ring of fire is actually doing some damage to people, but it's actually helping people. And we have people going down to the next layer. So I'm just going to follow us layer by layer, and we'll follow first place when we see who's quite clearly, obviously, in first place. Bob right now, and the Baltic Bro's dead. How did the Baltic Bro die? I guess that's how the Baltic Bro died. Bob. We're following Bob. We're no longer following Bob. Bob's dead. Some people might have a chance of falling into the fucking end. Who knows? Oh! No! Oh my! People... This... How the hell is nobody winning? They're falling around the finish. But they're not falling into the finish. There goes Steve. I am so very extremely confused right now. How do you... Dips won. We finally got a win. Dips finally nailed a landing. We are 2 for 2 right now. Of this extreme confusion that we've got for this course. But Dips found a way to land inside this fucking... What the f... Jesus Christ, man. My mind has been blown. And it looks like that'll be the end of I don't think anyone else is going to land in here. We've got to wait 30 more seconds or until everyone's dead. We have another 18 marble, 16, 15, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Down to our last marble, and there we go. So, there we go. We have got 2 for 2 so far on these 99% elimination field courses. We're making light work of us today. We're adding even more bingo prize fund money. Let's pick one more course, shall we? Can we pick another one that's only been played one time, or nah, we can't. We'll go with one then that's only been played 3 times. Infinite Endless Swamp by Dark Pulse 91. Average finish time 1 minute 3 seconds. Only been played 3 times. Let's see what this one's like. This one seems... Why does it say the word scammed? Oh well, whatever, let's go. I guess we'll just, we'll observe the marbles and we'll follow them as they go. Nope, Colleen's gone. Didn't last long. Savage Today. Going straight down the middle. Which is not a good thing to do, because you're going straight down the middle is clearly bad. You want to go down the sides, clearly, at that point in time. So if you fall down off the course, it looks like it's a bad thing because the portal will send you back. You want to go down the middle on that bridge as well, it looks like. On this bridge here. Oh my god, the timing of this has got to be perfect. King Be Cruel has made it through. Where did King go? Where did King Be Cruel go? They were right there. Oh, don't tell me they fucking made it through the wrong... Oh, they went through a portal here. You got to land in them. Oh my god. So this is ridiculous. You need to have like flawless luck time and time again. So let's look here. Warren and Zeta, they made it through. Okay, they made it through, but can any of them land perfectly down here? Zeta Zero might be. Yep, Zeta Zero. Zeta Zero is going to go through this cannon here. Let's just keep an eye on the finish here. Zeta Zero, will you finish? No! Zeta Zero missed and they're back on the course. They missed. They missed. They missed. Oh my god. Oh, for God's sake, what the fuck? So, should we just like wait here? I'm just wondering where to put the goddamn camera here. Fuck me. But there's still 180 marbles back in the day. It is the next to marble to try and attempt to get through this. Let's just kind of leave the camera there. We'll go for a wee stylish kind of shot here to see. Dips made it! Dips again! Hold on. Dips has completed 2 of the 3 courses today. Dips is like the ultimate MVP. And even though they completed a course, they're still doing it again. Like, Dips is there. They completed a course already. But there they are, still in the course, going back down it because why the hell not? Jesus Christ, Dips is like fucking doing insanely well right now. And Dips is about to get burned by the course. Actually, no, how the hell do you avoid getting burned because you... I don't know, because you wouldn't. Guys, that Dips has been the ultimate MVP. For adding some more bingo prize for money. We are free for free. And that means that today has basically saw the maximum amount of fucking money possible to add to the bingo prize funds. Today on bingo, we have gone from $205 to $260. So there we go. This has been a robust day indeed. Bingo itself is worth $25. Each impossible challenge course is worth $10, and the fact is we actually fucking won all 3 of them. 99% elimination rate, my arse. But there we go. Let's see how Phil's doing, shall we, for his
Kidding? No. Just ahead.
He has still not been given any more money from the starting gameplay. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. Oh well. That otter is absolutely knackered. These ones are chill as all hell. This one's got all the toys in the fucking world. Grand stuff. Guys, I am going to wrap things up there. Remember, you won't see me until Sunday. Phil's day off is tomorrow, so you won't see me. And I won't be here on Saturday, because I don't do Saturdays usually. But I shall return on Sunday for some more robust bingo antics and all that jazz. And hopefully, we can have a good bingo session on Sunday as well. Hopefully we can get a full house as well. Guys, I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you very much for joining me for today's bingo. Thank you very much for keeping writing the bingo card. Thank you as well for all the contributions. You guys are, as ever, always so generous and so kind, so thank you on that regard. I'm going to end how I always end, by playing notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. But guys, until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money, when you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money,
contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.